And the last thing, the most important piece, is we're going to take the North and never give it back.
I've told you before, I'm a fan. This is our second meeting. You are nice, all right? You are nice with yours, all right?
I just want to shout out to Swift Sports Network.
What's up, Swift? This is Kyler Gordon. Just want to do a quick shout out to Swift Sports Network with all the latest news on the Bears.
If you ain't speaking facts, we don't want to hear it.
Guys, I know a lot of people are disappointed that we didn't draft a running back or a defensive end in the first 2 days. But one of the things I've talked about in this draft class is how deep the talent is at both running back and defensive end. And when you look at the best players available, that still holds true heading into day 3. There are still a ton of running backs left. Some of my favorites that we can still draft on day 3. Breshard Smith, the kick return specialist, former receiver, and speedy running back out of SMU. Dylan Sampson, Cam Skattebo. We have Bhayshul Tuten, Devin Neal, Jaden Blue, and a lot more. There's also a little bit of offensive line talent in the interior left as well. And then a lot of pass rushers still on the board. My favorite would be either Bradyn Swinson or Jack Sawyer. Both guys who I thought could potentially go in round 2. But there's also surprising talent left at the linebacker position as well. I'm a big fan of Chris Paul Jr., Danny Stutzman, and Cody Simon. If we decided to take a linebacker today, that wouldn't surprise me either. But there's still a ton of talent left on the board. Let's get it, guys. Bear down. What's good, guys? Welcome to day 3 of NFL draft coverage, rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll probably be live for rounds 4 and 5. I do not plan on staying for 6 and 7. It's a late one. The Titans just got it started. First pick of day 3 is Chimere DK, the wide receiver out of Florida. I'll start off with a question right away. What's going on, guys? First question was, Diedrich says he doesn't think our GM views running backs very highly. I disagree. I think Ryan Poles, as always, has been a value-based drafter. And the thing about this draft is the running backs didn't fall to us. If Ashton Genty would have fell just a little bit further, we might have taken a running back in round 1. If either Quinshawn Judkins or Travion Henderson would have been there as far as round 2, I think we could have taken him there. When it came to Caleb Johnson, the guy that was left, I don't think Ben Johnson's a fan of Caleb Johnson. Or I'm a fan of Caleb Johnson, but it looks like Ben Johnson's more of a fan of speed, which is why we didn't take him. But yeah, DJ Prophet said, I think we would have taken either one of the Ohio State running backs, maybe even over Luther Burden. I don't know how it would have went if one of them would have still been on the board, because we apparently really like Luther Burden, and I love it. I'll put a video up after the draft, though, for our 7th round picks, of course. Running back, safety, linebacker for the next 3 picks. I'd like to see a pass rusher too, depending on what our plan is for Shemar Turner, because there's still, if we plan on having Shemar Turner play edge, we could still draft a guy like CJ West. I don't know. CJ West is a guy I'm a fan of, but there's some defensive tackles on the board as well. Let me throw the BPA list up again for you guys to see it. I think I had part of it covered up. Let me take that down real quick. So you can see there's some safeties on the board later too. Billy Bowman and Jalen Reed. A lot of linebackers. A couple defensive tackles that some people had going around 2 or 3. CJ West and Deion Walker, Josh Farmer. A sleeper pass rusher to watch here is David Walker. He's a small school guy. We had him in on a top 30 visit. Oh, there went Bhayshul Tuten. Dang. I like Bhayshul Tuten. Why is this not up? Hold on, I got to see why this isn't updating. Here we go. Bhayshul Tuten off the board to the Jags. Let me get the screen up. 2 picks in now, guys. We are only 4 picks away from our pick here at 109. And there's a lot of running back talent on the board. There's a lot of pass rushers still on the board. Cam Skattebo's still there for the Skattebo fans. My running back choice right now, with Bhayshul Tuten gone, he was probably my favorite. But I really like Breshard Smith. I really like Dylan Sampson. I also like Devin Neal a lot. Devin Neal's underrated as well. If you just want a speed guy, Jaden Blue could factor in as well. My two top players on the board, though, would probably be Bradyn Swinson and Jack Sawyer, both the defensive ends. I think linebacker Chris Paul Jr., he's a guy, too. If we want a linebacker, he's falling down the board a little bit. Yeah, DJ Giddens as well. DJ Profit put a good one out there. It's another one. There's a lot of them, man. There's more than that, too. Yeah, Bhayshul Tuten just went. Bradyn who? Who's Bradyn? I don't have a Bradyn. Bradyn. Oh, Bradyn Swinson? No, Bradyn Swinson's on the board. Right? Yeah. Best available edge right here, Bradyn Swinson. Let me show you guys. BPA right here, Bradyn Swinson. You got Jack Sawyer. You got Barryn Sorrell. Kyle Kennard. This is the sleeper, though. David Walker out of Central Arkansas. That's a guy to keep an eye on here. Jared Ivies, I liked him at Ole Miss. Elijah Roberts. There's some names here. Ahmad Hassanine, the Boise State pass rusher. RJ Oben. There's a lot of pass rushers in this draft, man. When you go to defensive tackle, Josh Farmer had a really good Senior Bowl. Ty Robinson, this guy, he has good tape. Deion Walker, he has potential. Ty Hamilton, Tim Smith. Cam Jackson is big. CJ West, Yaya Black. I even like Jordan Phillips, man. Jordan Phillips is good too. Riley Mills. Still a lot of talent on the D line as well. So I know a lot of fans were saying we don't care about pass rush, but there's still talent there. But you look at linebackers here. Chris Paul Jr. out of Ole Miss. I like him. Danny Stutzman, Cody Simon. I wouldn't sleep on Jeffrey Bossa either. If we want to get a center to develop behind Drew Dahlman, there's a couple of them here as well. A lot of talent at guard still on the board. A lot of people had Marcus Mbow from Purdue as a second-round pick. Oh, Giants took Skattebo. Skattebo's gone, guys. The Skattebo dream dies. But you see the running back talent here. Already 2 running backs off the board in the first 3 picks. And there's still good running backs left, though. Those were 2 of the higher rated ones, though. Hold on, kid. I know fans would have loved that one. Oh, I think that one people would have been split on. I know a lot of people love Cam Skattebo, and then I know a lot of people don't like him at all. So it's one of those people are torn on him, man. He's a polarizing prospect. That's a good name right there, Mick. Did I not have him on my BPA list? I might have to redo that real quick. I left Damian Martinez off. See? That's why you don't make best player available lists when you didn't get much sleep. Let's see. I might as well just update that real quick. We already have 2 running backs gone. So we lost Cam Skattebo and Bhayshul Tuten. But I'm going to add Damian Martinez to the list. I'm going to add Ollie Gordon, too, just because I love Ollie. Or I'll add DJ. I'll add DJ Giddens right now. But still lots of running back talent on the board. So I'll add Ollie, too, man. My favorite pick would probably be Bradyn Swinson or Jack Sawyer right here, though. If one of those 2 fall to us, man, I don't know. Beef up that D line. Can never have enough pass rushers. Who are the Patriots taking? Yeah, I really like Swinson, man. I remember I mocked Billy Bowman to us in the 5th round a couple of times, and people were like, "Nah, we're not getting Billy Bowman Swift." I was like, "Well, let me see. Pull up the Bears picks. I'll show you guys our picks. Don't worry." So we have the 7th pick right here in the 4th round. Then we have the 10th pick in the 5th round, and then we do still have a 7th rounder as well that'll come much later today. Yeah, there are some safeties still on the board, especially if you like the Iowa safety, Sebastian Castro, Billy Bowman. They have Castro down here. Malachi Moore. I really like Jalen Reed out of Penn State, and then Billy Bowman Jr. as well. Definitely some good players. I think we're taking a defensive end here as well, unless we really plan on. Here's the thing with Shemar Turner that I don't think a lot of people realized. Courtney Cronin's actually the one who tweeted it out, but he was one of only 5 players in the entire nation last year that had over 200 snaps at all 4 positions on the D line. So left defensive end, nose tackle, 3 tech, right defensive end. He was all over the line. He played everywhere, so he's very versatile. Where we plan on playing him, I don't know. I think we could have him as a 3 tech, or we could have him drop weight and go back to defensive end, because he was a defensive end before Nick Scorton transferred. He was a defensive end. But once Nick Scorton transferred to Texas A&M, they had Shemar Stewart and they had Nick Scorton. So Shemar Turner, the guy we drafted, he did what was best for the team. He bulked up. He was 260 in 2023, right? He bulked up to 290 and moved inside the defensive tackle. Another thing about him, when he was a defensive end in 2023, he had 6 sacks last year, or in 2023. In 2024, at 290, he only had 2 sacks. So definitely a possibility here that we plan on moving Shemar Turner back outside the edge, but then he still can move inside and also rush from the inside as well. Yeah, Sharky, I mentioned that. That was my sleeper defensive end right there. I think he's kind of like a stand-up edge rusher. You can bring him in as a Craig Woodson out of Cal just went safety. He's a guy, he's going to play all over the line. Yeah, like DJ Prophet said. Historically, Poles likes punters here. Well, I mean, he's also taken Roshan Johnson, Terrell Smith. A little bit of both. We're going to do both, man. I don't know what we're going to do, man. This offense is going to be fun to watch, though. Yeah, that's a good point right there, actually. Looking at how DeMarcus Walker played. Now, of course, the defense is going to be different because this isn't Eberflus's defense anymore. But what DeMarcus Walker, like kind of the role he played, that's kind of replaced by Dio, I think, Odengbo. But I think Shemar Turner is going to be out there as well. Zach Pickens definitely fighting for a roster spot at this point. Especially if we take another defensive lineman. I wouldn't give up on Zach Pickens yet, but the odds are definitely stacked against him right now. He's going to have a good training camp. But the one reason I'll say there's definitely reason for some optimism with Zach Pickens is because remember, Matt Eberflus played him out of position the last 2 years. And we have Dennis Allen here who hopefully can get a little bit more out of him. Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame. I like Jack Kaiser. Did he go above Cody Simon, though? Yeah, I didn't. I like Jack Kaiser. I thought Kaiser was a player I liked, but I thought he would go a little bit lower. He reminds me of like a Jack Sanborn. His athleticism is a little limited. I think guys like Chris Paul, Danny Stutzman, and Cody Simon have more upside, but I do like Jack Kaiser. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I've always liked Jack Kaiser. Yeah, he's all over the place, man. He's a good player. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see what he came in with. He did score an 8.67 on the RAS score, though. Ran a 4.62. Might be a little more athletic than I initially thought. Yeah, he's a good player. A couple more Notre Dame players still on the board, though. Riley Mills and what's the other DT? Howard, I think. Raiders pick is in, guys. Bears are on the clock. It's time. We're getting one in already. Quickly. What I do? Yeah, I do like Jack Kaiser. I think I fell for the mock drafts a little bit with that one. Most of the mock drafts had him going way behind the other linebackers, but I was always a Jack Kaiser fan. Oh, man. There's still good players on the board, Alan. I'm sorry, man. The pick is coming. The Bears are on the clock. What do you guys want here? Let's take a peek. I'm still leaning Brayden Swinson or Jack Sawyer. I wouldn't be surprised if we took Breshard Smith, though. I think they like Breshard Smith. Oh, yeah, I didn't update this. Hold on. Update coming. There's the updated list. Let's see. I want Brayden Swinson. I want Jack Sawyer. Breshard Smith. Damian Martinez is a guy to watch, too. I like Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson's kind of like a budget version of an Ashton Genty. Marcus Mabo, that's a good one. Jack Sawyer. A lot of Jack Sawyer fans. Mabo would be a good value. I do think he's going to play guard in the NFL. Jared Wilson will be a pretty good value. We did have Breshard Smith in on a top 30 visit. I like Giddens. Oh, they took Deontay Thornton. We definitely did not need a wide receiver there, but Deontay Thornton was a guy that I thought Ben Johnson would like. Yeah, I think a lot of people were high early on Deion Walker. I eventually I dropped him down to a third-round prospect. His Senior Bowl, he kind of got exposed a little bit. He got beat up on at the Senior Bowl by some of those guards. And there's so much talent on the D-line this year. I think Deion Walker's a guy who has that upside, but he needs a lot of development. I think we're going to get a good player here, guys. I think it's time to get... Oh, wait. Buffalo on the Bears just traded the pick again. Oh. Let me find the details. Oh, boy. What did we get? Seeing if I can find what we got. Buffalo Bills are on the clock. How far down did we move? We got an extra fifth. Oh, boy. We gave up 109. We got 132 and 169. Wow. Okay. Hold up. Let me update it. Get it on the board. What did we drop down? This is what Ryan Poles did in his very first draft, remember? We got to round 5. It was round 5, though, not round 4, and he started trading down. Now we got an extra pick. Yes, sir, it's on the board. Bears, we traded down. We gave away pick 109. We got picks 132 and 169. So we moved further down in the 4th round, and we added another 5th round pick. So instead of just having one 5th-round pick now, let me show you our picks. I like this trade. We're picking up extra picks here, the depth of this team. And there's so much talent on the board. You guys saw it. Like, there's still a lot of defensive ends and a lot of running backs that are just falling. So now, another 5th-round pick here. Now we have 3 picks in the next 2 rounds instead of 2. Pretty much the same thing he did yesterday with pick 41. He moved down in the round, but picked up an extra pick. I mean, I love this, man. Now we got to hope. I think no matter what, a running back and defensive end are still going to be on the board, though. So, but if you want someone specific, you might not like this. Yeah, that's a second Bills trade as well. Working well with the Bills right now. And they took Deon Walker, the guy we were talking about. We were just talking about Deon Walker. A lot of potential. He did not have a good Senior Bowl. Oh, man. Look, you see his size, though, and his athleticism. Like, I like this. I like Deon Walker, man. Yeah, he didn't really fit our scheme. I agree with that. And he needs a lot of development. Picks just getting traded, baby. We're trading with the Bills. I kind of like it. It gives us more time to kind of assess this board. Can fill another need now. Now you can get a running back, a defensive end, and a safety or a linebacker. So can fill an extra need here, guys, in a draft where you see the board. There's still a lot of good players here. So again, I'm a fan of this. I'm almost always a fan of trade downs, unless there's a guy like that I just really love. But I do love trading down. I like accumulating picks, especially when you can get 2 for 1. Instead of just getting one player here, think about it like this, right? It's a 4th-round pick. You either get 1 4th-round pick, or you get a later 4th-round pick and a 5th. So you get a chance at 2 guys here in a draft when you see the players on the board. Would you rather have 2 of these guys, or would you rather have your favorite of one of these guys? Because some of them are going. Deon Walker just went. Let's see. Anyone else on my list go? No. Boop, boop. I'll slowly work on keeping the list updated as well. Deon Walker has been removed from this board. Still a lot of good players, though. I think that's the bottom line here. A lot of good players still on the board. In day 3, Ryan Poles pulls off a trade and moves down. I know a lot of people love CJ West. That's a guy I like. Let's see. What's the strength of this draft? It is Howie, yeah. If we can get D-line and running backs here, that's what I want. Oh, Jared Wilson just went. I like Jared Wilson, man. I will say, though, if we're waiting on center, I wouldn't mind. I do like Jonah Monheim a lot, man. And he's a teammate and friend of Caleb's. If you can get Jonah Monheim later in this draft, I wouldn't be against it. I like Jonah Monheim. Skyler just said, those are 2 of my favorite players. I do like, he said, remove Jonah Monheim and Joshua Gray. Well, we brought both of those guys in. We brought Joshua Gray in for a visit. We also met with him at the Combine and the Senior Bowl. Or not the Senior, the Shrine Bowl. Nah, CJ West is still on the board, man. He's still here. I told you he might fall, but I like him. I still like him, but I told you he might fall a little bit. Let's see. Wait, why? The Bears also brought David Walker in on a top 30 visit. He's a guy who David Walker might not have the upside of some of these other players, but David Walker is a guy, he's from a small school, and he can be a guy who you don't ever have to have him be a starting defensive end. But just on 3rd down, if you need someone to just come in and get after the quarterback, he offers that kind of potential. even as a stand-up rusher. I mean, I like him. It's on the, oh, I got it right here. Hold on. I'll put it back on the board. Boop. So basically we traded pick 109. We got pick 132 and 169. So we traded an early 4th. We now got a later 4th round pick, and we got a 5th rounder out of it as well. Wise makes a good point here. Wise Star. Even if we draft a running back late, there's going to be some really good running backs that go undrafted as well. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. We probably should sign a UDFA running back as well. CJ West he reminds me a little bit of an Andrew Billings. You got to like CJ West. I mean, normally not a lot, but I mean, this is a year where the depth is falling in the 5th round, and you see, just look at the best players available, right? Well, Shadur Sanders is still here. There's still a lot of guys. I'll just go down the list a little bit here. Got some receivers. I'll just call out the guys we're going to draft. We're not taking a receiver or a tight end, but I'll go down this list and just talk about some of the players on the board we could potentially draft and how many of them are left. Josh Farmer, Dylan Sampson, Braden Swinson, Ty Robinson, Marcus Mabeau, Miles Frazier, let's see, Devin Neal, Billy Bowman, DJ Giddens. Wow, Elik Manor is still on the board. I wasn't a big fan of him. I didn't have him in my top 10 receivers, but I didn't see him falling this far. Jordan James. I really like Chris Paul Jr., probably my top linebacker on the board right there. Let's see, Danny Stutzman, probably right there with him. Jalen Reed, Jack Sawyer, Cody Simon, Damian Martinez, Barryn Sorrell. I really love Barryn Sorrell. He's a good player. Kyle Kennard, same thing. Good pass rusher. Quay Robinson is a guy who I don't know his upside, but he's a guy who Alabama coaches say they pretty much said he's one of those like locker room favorites. He's a coach's favorite where he might not ever be a starter in the NFL, but he's probably going to play for like 10, 12 years in the NFL and be a rotational guy. So, I mean, getting a guy like that later, that's not bad. Another center here, Seth McLaughlin. We had Isaiah Bond on a visit, but he's got some stuff going on right now too. David Walker, he's that stand-up edge rusher I was just talking about. Tyler Barron's an edge rusher I didn't even talk much about. He was higher rated than this, but he's fell off a little bit. Jeffrey Bassa. Trevor Etienne. This is a good speed running back. That's Travis's little brother. Let's see. Jared Ivey, another good passer. So, I mean, we're 50 players deep right now, right? So just going there, like there's still going to be some players in the 5th round because there's only about 25 more picks until we're into round 5. So half of the players I just mentioned are still going to be on there. Oh, it's on the screen, Dobbsy. We traded pick 109. We got picks 132 and 169. So we got a late 4th and a 5th by moving down in the 4th. Good trade, in my opinion. Good trade. Hey, people are driving, man. I do like Jared Ivey. He's not talked about a lot. I like DJ Giddens. Jets grabbed Arian Smith for Justin Fields. Oh yeah, let me go back and see who's being picked. Who came off the board? Oh, Ty Robinson. I like Ty Robinson, the guy the Eagles just got. He's not bad. What was wrong with yesterday's trade? We were able to get a left tackle and a defensive lineman and stuff. I don't know. I disagree with that. Let's see. But we're now down. We got 20 picks now until we're up. We were on the board. This was pretty big trade down here. Went down a lot here. It's reminiscent of what we did in the 5th round in 2022. We had an early 5th round pick, and what Ryan Poles, he actually traded down like 3 times in that one. He traded down a couple spots, then he went down a bunch more. We started at the top of the 5th round, and we ended up getting 2 late 5th round picks, and we turned those into Braxton Jones and Dominique Robinson. D-Rob didn't really work out, but Braxton Jones was a great pick for a 5th rounder. You have to say that. I don't think Mike Green was on our draft board, man. Because I tried to talk about it, but considering how we passed on him 3 times, so I don't think we were gonna take him. Can you do a poll on your favorite TV on the board? Wait, like favorite player? What's TV? Tight end? I don't know what you mean there. Sorry, Nunya. You're gonna have to repeat that one, man. Why didn't we get Will Johnson at 41? So there was a report that came out literally on draft day about Will Johnson potentially having a degenerative knee issue. I think that definitely played into it. If you guys remember, Todd Gurley had something like that with his knee, and his NFL career didn't last very long. I don't know the details of it because I didn't read too much into it because I didn't think we were taking a cornerback anyway. But I do believe that played a part in Will Johnson's fall down the board. Yeah, I'll help out the driving fans. No worry. A poll of favorite running backs on the board. Oh, okay. That's a good one. Who's my favorite running back? That is a good one. I want to see who you guys like. All right, which running back do you guys like? I'm gonna go with. Let me see. It only lets me put 4, so I gotta be. Start saying names in the chat because there's more than 4 available here. I like Breshard Smith. I'm putting Breshard Smith in there for sure. That's my guy. I see people typing Dylan Sampson, so I'll put him in. I love Dylan Sampson. Devin Neal's probably got to be an option. Man. D-Mart. Giddens. Blue. All right. So I have Breshard Smith, Dylan Sampson, Devin Neal, and then the last one is either Damian Martinez, DJ Giddens, or Jaden Blue. I put them all in one because it only gives me 4. There it is. Polls up. Show me your running back. See who you guys like. I do like Damian Martinez a lot. I like Ollie Gordon as well. I didn't put him in there, but I do like Gordon. I think we might be able to get him. See, this draft's crazy. He might go fast. Etienne's another one. There's just so many running backs. It's hard to even narrow it down to 4. Danny Stutzman just went off the board. That was my second-rated linebacker on the board right now. Chris Paul's fall is starting to confuse me a little bit. Jaden Blue is another one of those speed guys. Him and Etienne, as well as Breshard Smith's another speed guy. He said they're all trash. Ooh, that's crazy. I like Dylan Sampson's. I like his running style too, man. He's another one of those shorter running backs, but he's quick and shifty. He's a home run hitter. Tell him, Sharky. I missed the super chat. My bad. Yo, Watcher Monkey, thank you. Great channel, Swift. You're the one man who streams better coverage than those fools. I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. What do you guys? I also want to ask what you guys think of the trade down. I'm just, you guys know I'm always a fan of trade down, especially in a draft with depth like this, where there's deeper talent at the positions we need. Bhayshul Tuten, he went to the Jags. 2 of the first 3 picks were running backs. Jacksonville took Bhayshul Tuten, and the Giants took Cam Skattebo. And then, yeah, that's all the RBs so far. Choop, choop. Bears trading way, way down. But we got an extra pick out. We now have 3 picks in these 2 rounds. I think the 4th and 5th is where the talent's going to drop off. Once we get past the 5th round, the 6th and 7th rounders, those are guys probably going to be fighting to make the roster. I think there's a lot of guys still on the board right now. Oh, there went CJ West to the Niners. Sorry, Naj. I know Naj loves him, man. I think we should have traded up and grabbed Judkins. Yeah, I love Quinshon Judkins, man. But I don't know about I don't know what it would have cost. Ollie Gordon is still available. My guy Ollie's still there too. Let me try to update my list. Who went? CJ West went. Jack Sawyer's still on the board too. see some of the best available. Let's go back to the best available real quick. CJ West just went. Ty Robinson just went. Danny Stutzman. Guys, do we take Shadur in round 6? Oh, man. I thought we'd like Jalen Royals, too. Joshua Farmer's a good one, man. Bradyn Swinson's fall is curious. A lot of people had him going round 2, man. Devin Neal, DJ Giddens. These running backs are just nice. I'm going to take a look at the linebackers now because a couple linebackers have went. Smile London Jr., Cody Simon, Chris Paul. I got Cody Simon on my list? I do. Still got Joshua Farmer and Aeneas Peebles at defensive tackle, though. I don't think we go DT even. Oh, and Joshua Farmer. Oh, Jordan Phillips is on the board. Man, Jordan Phillips. Wow. I feel like Jordan Phillips is down way too low. I got to put him on my BPA. Hold up. I'm updating the list now. I love Jack Sawyer, man. I honestly can't explain right now why Jack Sawyer is falling down the board like he is. He does have shorter arms. I guess that could be part of it. But man, he's solid against the run. He has pretty good traits as a pass rusher. Let's see. On JP, I don't know which JP you mean. I'm sorry. Ollie, Breshard, Sampson. No love for Neal. I like Devin Neal, but yeah, he doesn't have home run speed. I think when it comes to Ben Johnson, I think he wants a faster running back. So I see him taking either Breshard Smith or one of these faster, even a guy I haven't mentioned yet, LaQuint Allen, maybe. LaQuint Allen could be an option. Back to the best available real quick. Josh Farmer. Thought I saw a defensive oh, Jordan Phillips was the guy, yeah. Jordan Phillips is good, man. Yeah, exactly how I feel. Like, short arms might be a reason to not take a guy in the first or second round. But we're talking late round 4 now. Like, Sawyer is the guy who made the biggest play in the biggest game of the college football season. Strip sack, ripped the ball out of Quinn Ewer's hand, ran it back for a touchdown, and knocked Texas out of the playoffs, sending Ohio State into the national championship game. I mean, that's clutch, man. And it's not like that's the only play he ever made. Like, he was a good player all year for the best defense in the nation. He's a good player, man. I like Jack Sawyer, so definitely not knocking it. Tyler Batty's another name. Haven't talked about him much. Sleeper. Breshard Smith, not only was he a top 30 visit, but I actually had a video I was making on Breshard Smith, and I never got it out, but I'll tell you my thoughts on him, right? Now, I would never compare anyone to Devin Hester, right? And that's not what I'm doing. But if Breshard Smith became a Bear, that's what his background in college kind of reminds you of. He started his career, he was at Miami, right? Same place Devin Hester was. And just like Devin, he didn't have a position. He was a wide receiver, he was a running back, he was a kick returner, he was a punt returner, he was all over the field. The only difference is after his time at Miami, due to the new COVID regulations and the 5th year rule and stuff, he came back, or he transferred, and actually got a year at running back. He went from wide receiver to running back, and he went off at SMU. He looked awesome. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, this is a legit running back. But he's also kind of just like a weapon. He's a kick returner. He's a guy who can catch passes. He's a former receiver. So keep an eye on Breshard Smith. I think he fits a lot of what Ben Johnson likes in offense. I do like Jaden Blue. He's fast. Another fast guy. Another sleeper would be LaQuint Allen out of Syracuse. I haven't heard people talk about him. James, I said the same thing. I actually had a discussion with someone, and I remember saying someone told me JT Tui was going to go way before Sawyer in my comments, and I was like, nah, Jack Sawyer's going to go first. But yeah, NFL draft said nope. Definitely been a surprising year for the draft, man. Ian Wheeler is not gone. But the problem with Ian Wheeler is we also can't count on him to contribute this year. He tore his ACL last year. It usually takes at least a full year to recover from that. And most people, it takes even 2 years until you're fully yourself again. So right now, I mean, Ian Wheeler's focus is getting healthy, and then you see what he can bring to training camp. But you're not counting on him to come in and be part of the rotation at this point. He has to earn that. But if not, he can stick around on the practice squad for a year, get to 100%. And he says our only hope is Ian. Man, have you seen how many running backs are left, man? Luminous. I made a video on my other channel about this is a generational year for running backs. And just some of the names on the top of the board right now: Dylan Sampson, Damian Martinez, DJ Giddens, Devin Neal. A lot of these guys were mocked to go in the second round of the draft. But one of the reasons why you can wait on running back, if we didn't land one of the special ones, right? Which is, if one of the special guys would have fell to us and that's how the board would have fell, then you take them. But you can't say they messed up by letting the board fall to them and it didn't fall. The good running backs, those special ones, got taken before we were on the board. I mean, it was boom, boom. DMart, yeah. Bhayshul Tuten got drafted, though, Naj. I wish he was still there. He's a Jag. He's in Jacksonville right now. 4.32 runner. I think Breshard Smith ran a 4.39. So he's right there. Yeah, tell him, Levante. A lot of good running backs on the board. We might not have got one of the difference makers at running back, but, ooh, Dolphins just got a 2026 third for trading down. Do you see any Matt Forte and DJ Giddens? You can always see flashes of players when watching guys. I don't know about Forte on that one, but maybe. This year might be a year where we pick up a lot of UDFAs, depending on the position. Like, I kind of do think the depth in this draft is going to fall off mid-round 6, early round 6 even. But there's still going to be some running backs and maybe pass rushers, maybe even a couple guards that are pretty good players that hit that don't get drafted. So definitely some chances there. Oh, yeah. Forte was awesome at Tulane, man. Damian Martinez. I really do like Damian Martinez. That one I can't argue with the Damian Martinez love. I mean, he's got a little bit of David Montgomery in him. We know how much his fan base loved David Montgomery. Trying to see, is there any other safeties on the board? I'm gonna peek at the best available. I'm just updating my list here. Coop. Someone asked earlier, I remember reading it, but I didn't. See, I always read the messages, but I don't always answer them because I'm in the middle of talking about. So someone asked if I thought we'd take a kicker in this draft in round 7. While I do think it's a possibility, it's also, I think we're kind of stuck with, not stuck, but just based on his contract. I don't think we're getting rid of Cairo Santos this year. Could we bring in some competition? Yeah, but I think we're going to have, due to his contract, we're going to have him one more year, and then next year we may potentially look at drafting a kicker. But there is a kicker I really like in this draft. The Florida State kicker, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Really like him, man. Florida State had a down year, but he's a guy with a huge leg. If we could get him, I'm in on it, man. I'm in on it. All right, updating my BPA card now. Wait, Jared Wilson came off the board, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Marcus Mabo's still there too, though. A lot of love right now, it looks like, for Damian Martinez in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a huge leg. And I mean, he was like I think he was like a 17-year-old freshman kicking 60-yard field goals. So it's not like his leg's still developing even a little bit, but he's a guy who, if you want to hit those 60-yarders or at least attempt them and not be scared, he's one of the guys who can do that for sure. All right, update to my BPA list coming now. Texans traded up. They traded a 2026 third to come up here. So got to be for someone they really like. Here's an updated list, guys. We still have Bradyn Swinson on the board. Jack Sawyer's still there. A lot of pass rushers. Some safeties. A couple linebackers. Actually, Cody Simon's gone. I messed that one up. Offense. Running backs galore, man. Still a lot of running backs here. So I don't know. People saying we missed out on running back. I think that's the one position where, and I think that was one of the things that the people who didn't want Ashton Jeanty fought about so much about it, was that, man, this draft's so deep. We don't need to take an Ashton Jeanty. We can wait. To me, I'm best player available. So if Jeanty would have fell to us, I would have loved it. But after we missed out on my three guys, it was Jeanty, Quinshon Judkins, and then either Omarion Hampton or Travion Henderson. But once you miss out on those guys, then it's like, why not just take advantage of the depth at the position? That's something we can do here. All right, Cody Simon gone too. Boop, boop. Oh, man. Oh, Billy Bowman. Bowman got picked? I didn't even see. Oh, I did see that one, yeah. Didn't register in my brain, but I do like DeAndre Swift. I think he has some talent. But I don't know if he's going to be here long term. I think Swift's going to be here another year or two, possibly as our starting running back. I do think he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. With the better offensive line, Swift was going to play a lot better. Our offensive line was just awful last year. There went another running back. He wasn't even on my list. Look, Jarquez Hunter out of Auburn. He was good too. Another good player. Any thoughts on Nick Chubb? I like Nick Chubb. He's a good running back, but he had one of the toughest knee injuries in a long time. It's really tough to come back from. Is he ever going to be himself again? Probably not. Can he still be an okay rotation back? Probably. I think he could. But there's so much talent in this class, man. I don't know. Is it fair to say that Roschon's value is comparable to the running backs still available? Roschon's very good. He's underrated. I think there's some running backs on the board right now that are a lot better than Roschon, or at least project to have better careers than Roschon. I did not see an article linking us to Travis Etienne from the Jags, but they did just draft Bhayshul Tuten. Very good chance maybe they're moving on from Etienne. Never know. See, Muck shares my optimism. There's a lot of really good talent, at least at running back and defensive end, still on the board. Some guys really wanted Cam. There was a lot of disappointed people that we didn't get Skattebo. Do like Brooks. Will Howard is still, yeah, he has not been drafted. He could play fullback. Let me see. Taj Brooks. Yeah, Taj Brooks is pretty good. There's so many running backs. That's what I'm saying. You can't even name them all. Oh, Billy Bowman's gone now. He just got picked. See, I knew I hadn't seen him get picked yet. I was like, wait, Billy Bowman got picked? Now he's gone. Okay. You were just ahead of me on that one. All right. Bowman is now off the board as well. Now Bowman's gone. Yep. I like me some Billy Bowman, though. All right. Let's update the list then. I think this is without Bowman. Did I update it? Nope. Hold on. Boop. Still got Jalen Reed and Sebastian Castro, though, if you're looking for a safety. I wasn't sure if we were going to take a safety. Now that we've traded down, I think we might. Depending on how it falls. All right, here's the updated list. Let's peek at it. Still a lot of... my top two guys are still there. Bradyn Swinson and Jack Sawyer. I have no idea why they're falling so hard. No idea, honestly. Oh, let's see. Sebastian Castro, people question his speed. I know that's something that's big on his game. He said, I'm never drafting a safety. Never? Malachi Moore, that's another name. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have him on the list, but that's another name there. Dobe hopes that we get the Florida State kicker. There we go. I don't know if we got sniped on Kelvin Banks Jr., but I do think we were going to take Travion Henderson in round 2. Dope. Love it. Let's see. Ransom, yeah. Latham Ransom, the free safety from Ohio State. He's decent. Always liked him. How have you felt about our class so far? It's been surprising, offensive focused, but man, this offense is going to be so fun. I do think Damian Martinez runs a lot like David Montgomery. And just like David Montgomery, this is another point with Damian Martinez. A lot of people don't think he's a good pass catcher or he doesn't have good receiving skills. They said the same thing about David Montgomery, right? But I think just like Monty, he's underrated at catching the football. He caught a lot of passes out there for Cam Ward. Showed some pretty good hands. Man, I can't wait to watch tape on some of these guys. Ooh. I don't agree with that, Mike. I mean, Ryan Poles has already done this before. We've seen it. He did the same thing in 2022 when he landed Braxton Jones, and people said the same thing. Oh, you traded down, and now you're just drafting backups. Yet he landed one pick, ended up being a backup. The other one ended up being our starting left tackle for going on 4 years now. So you got to give him a chance, and that's part of the reason when you take these picks. All of these picks are kind of lottery picks, right? None of them are guaranteed to work out. So, but instead of having one lottery pick, he has 2 now. So I kind of don't agree with that because there wasn't really one player on the board at 109 where we were picking where it was like, we have to get this guy. He's a stud. And when we pick later now, no one's left. My two players on the board when this day started were Bradyn Swinson and Jack Sawyer. And they're both still on the board. So I don't know if we've lost anything yet, especially if one of those guys are our targets. And we end up getting them by trading down. It could be crazy. You hope the Packers draft Shadur? Oh man. But we are drafting for depth, kind of. For Doug made a good point here. I mean, the whole draft is that's what you're doing. We're improving the depth on this roster. We're improving the talent on this roster, and we're getting guys that you also have to remember. We have a new head coach. We have a new defensive coordinator. So we're going to be running new schemes on both sides of the ball. Having more picks gives your coaches more chances to get someone that actually fits their scheme and get rid of guys who might not fit the schemes we're going to run. So Another reason I like this as well. Plus, this year's the depth in this draft is just crazy. I can't believe some of these guys are still on the board. Let's see. And this team is going to score a lot, man. I don't know how you can look at this offense right now and not be excited. Like, we might have potentially one of the best offenses in the NFL. Like, top 5 on paper easily. It's kind of scary to think of. If our offensive line holds up, and right now there's no reason to believe they're not going to. Just got to hope Braxton Jones comes back and gets to 100% pretty quickly. If he doesn't, though, we have a backup plan now. You have both Karan Amagaji and Ozzy Trapilo, both day 2 picks, both guys with a lot of potential. I wouldn't mind Marcus Mabo either, yeah. He's falling here, man. Austin Booker, he's also going to get some reps on 3rd down. He wishes his fantasy draft had this much depth. Oh, man. I can't argue with what Ben Johnson's doing, man. He's putting together something on offense. There goes my sleeper pass rusher, David Walker. The Bucks just took David Walker. See, I like him. I like David Walker, man. He's a good player. David Walker, edge. Sounds too much like last year. It kind of does. That's what we did last year, was build up all the weapons on offense, but we didn't have the offensive line to go with it. So it was a little different. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to grab a water. I'll be right back. Guys, I know a lot of people are disappointed that we didn't draft a running back or a defensive end in the first 2 days. But one of the things I've talked about in this draft class is how deep the talent is at both running back and defensive end. And when you look at the best players available, that still holds true heading into day 3. There are still a ton of running backs left. Some of my favorites that we can still draft on day 3. Breshard Smith, the kick return specialist, former receiver, and speedy running back out of SMU. Dylan Sampson, Cam Skattebo. We have Bhayshul Tuten, Devin Neal, Jaden Blue, and a lot more. There's also a little bit of offensive line talent in the interior left as well. And then a lot of pass rushers still on the board. My favorite would be either Bradyn Swinson or Jack Sawyer. Both guys who I thought could potentially go in round 2, but there's also surprising talent left at the linebacker position as well. I'm a big fan of Chris Paul Jr., Danny Stutzman, and Cody Simon. If we decided to take a linebacker today, that wouldn't surprise me either. But there's still a ton of talent left on the board. Let's get it, guys. Bear down. All right, that's the updated look right here. This is the updated look at the best players on the board right now. Latham Ransom, the Ohio State. The latest 2 picks were David Walker, pass rusher out of Central Arkansas, and Latham Ransom, the safety out of Ohio State, has also now went off the board. I know somebody was talking about him just a few minutes ago. Let's see if I missed the chat. Per Greg Gabriel, Ozzy Trapilo's mostly been a right tackle. I love Greg, but he's getting way too ahead of himself there. Like, first, we don't need to move Darnell anywhere, right? Because right now, Ozzy Trapilo is our 4th offensive tackle on the roster. Why would you move your best offensive tackle because you think your 4th offensive tackle might be better at a certain position? That's not what you do. That's not how you do it. What we do here is you come into camp, and it's clear how you start here, right? Darnell Wright is going to continue getting better at right tackle. And then at left tackle, you ease Braxton Jones back, and you now have 2 guys to split reps over there. Karan Amagaji, who is 100%, he's healthy, that's not an option. So you let Karan Amagaji and Ozzy Trapilo get all these reps at left tackle. And he played his entire, one of the things people said he didn't play left tackle that much, right? He started at left tackle as a 19-year-old true freshman at Boston College and played the entire season. He did allow 5 sacks, but that's as a true freshman. And then he moved over to right tackle for his next 2 years. But he can play left tackle potentially. You got to give him a chance. And you drafted this guy to potentially be a swing tackle, right? So he's already worked right tackle the last 2 years. He's played left tackle before. What we're going to do with Ozzy is put him back on the left side and make sure he can play either side because he has that swing tackle potential. But if he also, just like Braxton Jones, if you can turn a day 2 pick into a starting left tackle, he has that size. So you got to at least give him the chance. Oh no, Jack Sawyer gone. Oh, Steelers. Man. Oh man. Steelers. Let's see. Is our Jonathan Ogden guy still there? Jalen Travis is still on the board. Yes. Yeah, Panthers also, they took Nick Scoreton from me, man. Oh, I don't know who you're talking to, DJ. Could have had Ursery and JT Tui. I'm not huge. I like both players, but I'm not huge on either one of them. I'm not sad about missing out on them. I think we can get a developmental safety. I think we're going to get a running back here. I did really want Jack Sawyer, though, man. I think Jack Sawyer would have been a good fit. Nobody works for my channel. I do everything here on my own, guys. Edits, recording. It's all me. Let's see. I'll let you have part ownership if you root for him. I got you. Where's Shadur Sanders going? I don't know, to be honest. Right here to the Packers. They're trying to replace Jordan Love. I actually don't want the Packers to take him. I don't want them to have a backup plan if Jordan Love continues getting worse and worse. I agree with safeties are definitely the hardest. Even when it comes down to watching guys on film, safeties are hard to judge, man. First, you don't even know what you can never tell for sure. I think he's arguing with somebody I have blocked. Oh, man. Oh. But it's really hard to watch on tape when you're talking about safeties in general. You don't know what their coverage is. You don't know what their assignments are. And then most of the time, if they're playing good, the ball doesn't get thrown their way. And you're more judging them in run games, how they fit run, how they cover routes. Like it's a hard thing to do. Let me see here. Let me check something. Okay, I was trying to find who he was arguing. I was like, there's someone in my chat who's talking that I can't see. Like, is someone in here that I have blocked somehow still chatting in the chat? Like, I'm trying to find it. I don't see it. Anyway, back to the draft, boys. Back to the draft. We're getting closer here. We still got a little bit of ways, though. 3, 6, 7 picks away. 7 picks away. Wait. Barryn Sorrell's at the draft? What? Swifty blocked me. Oh. Oh, okay. How is he at the draft? Did they invite people for just day 3? I don't know what happened here. Shoot. Yeah, it's a wild one, guys, to be honest. I don't, the Packers just picked someone who is at the draft on day 4. Has he really been there the whole time? I don't remember him being on the invited list. Okay, they invited him for day 3. That's cool. Okay. So that's something I thought the NFL was doing this year because for the first time, and it's something I liked because when you think about it, in the past, all they've done is invite like the first 15 picks, right? You invite like the first 10 guys. But the NFL draft is about more than just the first round. Round 2 matters. There's 3 days. So this year, when I saw the invite list and they had Jackson Dart on there and they had Jalen Milroe, and when I saw it, I was like, people thought, oh, Jalen Milroe is going to go in the first round. And I was like, no, I think the NFL had a different plan. They wanted a guy who was going to be there for day 2 to be at the draft and be able to experience it. And it's not a guy, it's different than a situation where a guy is supposed to be a top 3 pick and he's falling down the board and the cameras are on him and it's a horrible experience. This is different. This is a guy who is supposed to go in the 2nd or 3rd round and he's just there early experiencing it. And then when you get to the 2nd or 3rd round, you still have a guy at the draft. So I like that. And then it looks like we're doing it, and it looks like I was right on that because they continued on with that thought process, and they had a guy here who's in the draft on day 3, and kind of a cool story. I hate it because it's the Packers, but draft is in Green Bay, and you have one player at the draft, and he gets drafted by the Packers, and now he's walking around. The whole crowd is embracing him. He's going to be a fan favorite there for sure. Yeah, I like the I'd like the trade from pick 41. If not, fans would be freaking out about left tackle even more. I think Shemar Turner is a guy who is good enough. We could have picked Shemar Turner with pick 41, and I think he's that good of a player. What we basically did is trade down, still able to get a player like that, but we landed a guy who can play left tackle potentially as well. Added more depth and competition at the one position on the offensive line that is a major question mark going forward. So I like it. What if the Bears draft Shedeur in round 7? You know, I actually said that earlier. Like I was like, look, if this dude keeps falling, I wouldn't mind it. I'd take him as a backup, and then you could trade him in a couple years. But no, it's probably thing with Shedeur, I think it's his personality. One thing that Ken Schaefer asked me why I thought he was falling, and I was like, I think one thing that I think a lot of people don't consider, what if there really is truth to the rumors that teams are scared that in a couple of years, Deion Sanders is going to want to be his coach. So if you're a GM and a coach, you don't want to draft a guy if you're worried that drafting that guy might 100% lead you to being fired because his dad's going to want to coach him in a couple years. And if Deion Sanders wants your job, he's probably going to get it unless you're someone great. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation with Shedeur. I definitely think he's better than some of the quarterbacks that have came off the board. But I do think there's also something with his personality. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw it on Twitter last night. So someone actually prank called him as an NFL draft team, and he thought he was getting drafted. Someone pranked him. It's kind of sad. I don't like that, but they pranked him. He was answering the phone. He was like, "I've been waiting, blah blah blah," and then they said like, "Well, you're still gonna be waiting," and hung up the phone on him. And he was like, "Wait, what? Nobody has this number." But in this video, the thing that you see is Shedeur has like this entire film crew and a whole production thing they're filming his draft. Like they're filming, I don't know if it's like a draft documentary or if he was live streaming. I don't know why he needed like 30 production members there to film him, but like that kind of struck me as like he's really arrogant and thinks I don't know about arrogant, but he's a guy who he thinks he's a superstar already. And I think that personality might rub some teams in the NFL wrong. I don't know. But it is one of the more puzzling questions about this draft. I draft him and stash the asset. When I watched him in college, he was just so good. Other people have said that. Other people said Deion, his dad is like meddling, getting involved in the process, trying to dictate where he goes, or he wants to be his coach. But there's a lot of things there. A lot of things there that could be potential for it, but I just doesn't make a lot of sense. There goes another good pass rusher, though. Kyle Kennard. He was top of my board. Man. Let's see. Shedeur is 1,000 times better than Bajent. Ooh. How many other QBs drafted in the first round had personality issues? Definitely Johnny Manziel, but I mean that lesson didn't go very well, did it? I don't know if there's a bunch. If you have a bunch of examples, I'm not getting a bunch on the top of my head that have major personality question marks. Maybe they had things come out later in their career, but at the time they got drafted, I don't remember a lot. Baker, you guys think Baker had? What's wrong with Baker's personality? Cam? I mean, Cutler was definitely cocky. But he never was like a circus. He was never a distraction. The media tried to make him a distraction based off of his facial expressions and stuff. But yeah, Dylan Sampson just went to the Browns. Good pick. The Tennessee running back. I like this guy, man. He's a good player. Colts turn this pick in fast. All right, we're getting close, guys. 3 picks away after this. Or 4 picks. 4 picks away. Yeah, I like Baker's personality. I don't. Baker's always been. He's been a guy who's fought through adversity. I never thought Baker was a major personality concern. Well, you just named 2 quarterbacks that were major busts, but I don't think they didn't have media circuses or personality issues coming out of college. Oh, there went Howie's guy. Ooh. Jalen Travis to the Colts. Let's see. There he goes. Jalen Travis is gone. Yep. Still got running backs here, boys. Still got running backs. I gotta take Jack Sawyer, Dylan Sampson gone. Dang, some of my guys are going now. All right. Three of my top 4 pass rushers are gone. My only really high pass rusher that's fallen right now is Bradyn Swinson. Dylan Sampson's gone. Who are the Commanders? The Commanders are picking fast. Jalen Lane, wide receiver. Waffling between Farmer and Giddens. Man, I like both of them. I think running back's a little bit bigger of a need right now. But let's check the best of it. I got to look at the edge rushers now. My guy Swinson's still here. Other than that, it's getting scary. I have Elijah Roberts as a defensive tackle, but if he's an edge, I'll take it. I'll probably put Jared Ivey and Tyler Barryn on my list. Jared Ivey is definitely going to be one of the best available now. I wasn't being unfair with. I think we were trying to explain. I mean, trying to figure out the reason. It's not like we were making excuses or saying those were exactly the reason. It's we're puzzled by. I think everyone's a little bit puzzled by why he's fallen, and we're trying to figure out why. Because based on talent, I don't know if he was a top 10 pick, but I do think he was probably a first rounder. And at the end of the day, with the teams needing quarterbacks, I don't think there's any way he should have fell out of the second round. We're now getting close to round 5 here, guys. I mean, when you're talking about first round talent, you got to realize quarterbacks always get overdrafted. So look at quarterbacks that go in the first round. Guys like, who's the guy the Titans drafted before Will Levis? They traded him to the Packers. Oh, I forgot his name. There's tons of bad quarterbacks that get drafted in the first round. It's the position that gets more overdrafted than any position in the NFL. So maybe not exactly a first round talent, but quarterback wise, and considering where these other quarterbacks go, yeah, Malik Willis. Like, come on. He's better than Malik Willis. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, he's on another tier of some quarter. I like him. I think he's better than Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart went in the first round. So I don't know, but it's personality. See, that's just judging tape though. So you also got to take into account when it's a quarterback that they're supposed to be the leader of the offense. So, all right, Jalen Travis is gone. Dylan Sampson's gone. Kyle Kennard's gone. Barryn Sorrell, David Walker, Billy Bowman, CJ West. A lot of good players have went. From where we traded down, though, there has been some good players picked. We got to see what Polls does with the players that are on the board, though. All right, let's do a quick update to my best player available since it got wrecked again. Chargers should draft Shadur. I think the Steelers are the team that needs a quarterback most, right? Have they even drafted one? Let's get it updated. BPA day 3. I'd look running back or Bradyn Swinson here, man. Bradyn Swinson would be really good fit for our D line as well. That's one thing I consider with it. Only 3 more here, guys. Ravens pick is in, and then 2 more picks, and we're on the board. But then the good news is We picked pretty early in round 5 as well. We got another one coming up right after that. The Saints did, I think. They just took Teddy Buchanan, linebacker from Cal. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, DA. I think right now he's just focused on recovering from his ACL injury and getting healthy. We can't really count on him to be anything this year, but you still want to see what he brings in camp. Man, I like Chris Paul Jr. That's him falling is he's too athletic to still be on the board, to be honest. Let's see. We'll give a little update here. Boop, boop. All right, these are my best available. We're almost on the board here, guys. Let's take that down. All right. On offense, you have Marcus Mbow if you want that offensive lineman. You got Miles Frazier. That's a guard from LSU. Breshard Smith, speedy running back, former receiver. He's a kick returner too. And then you have Damian Martinez. He's a little bit of a kind of like a David Montgomery. He's a powerful running back. He's going to run people over. He has decent hands. I like him as a runner. Then you have DJ Giddens and Devin Neal, who are more like shifty runners. Jaden Blue is more of a speed guy. Ollie Gordon's kind of a do-it-all guy. But on defense, I think Bradyn Swinson is by far my highest player on the board. Elijah Roberts and Jared Ivey, 2 more defensive ends if we're looking that way. There's a couple of defensive tackles on the board. I got linebacker Chris Paul I had as a 3rd-round pick. Thought he could maybe even go in the 2nd. Jalen Reed and Sebastian Castro are my safeties there. What's up, Top 10 Sports? Let's see. Yeah, Caleb Johnson went to the Steelers. I think he's a good fit there, too. Jordan Phillips, monster. I like Elijah Roberts, too. I do like Tyler Batty. I always forget about him, but he's a guy. I had him ranked pretty low, but he's a sleeper for sure. Let's see. I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has any choice but to go to the Steelers now, but he's still not your long-term option at quarterback. I mean, Rodgers has at best 1 year left, I think, and his body's going to break down soon. It's tough. He's been playing for too long. Doug Van Doren says, Poles traded down because they kept putting commercials every time the Bears pick. He didn't want to make a 3rd-round pick, guys. Look at our picks today, or look at our total picks. Everybody hates on Poles' 3rd-round picks, right? They're like, Poles can't pick in the 3rd round. So look what he did, guys. Instead of making a 3rd-round pick where you get a Zach Pickens or a Karan Amagaji, don't give up on him, or a Velus Jones, he made 3 picks in round 2. And then it's going to make 1 and 4 and 2 and 5. No 3rd-rounder this year. So the joke will continue that Ryan Poles is just awful in the 3rd round, okay? That's just right now that narrative has to continue because until Karan Amagaji disproves it, right now he can't pick in the 3rd round. It's not his thing. But maybe he realized his weakness and he said, "You know what? I know I can't pick in the 3rd round, so I'm gonna go somewhere else." That's just a joke, mostly a joke, but yeah. So far, Ryan Poles' 3rd-round picks haven't been the best. I do think Karan Amagaji, if he ends up becoming our left tackle of the future, suddenly Ryan Poles is really good at picking in the 3rd round. That's what I'm talking about, Levante. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Malachi Moore did just go safety out of Bama. Malachi Moore. 1 more pick, guys. We're up. 3 picks incoming here. Let's see. So we got 132. It's the first one we got here. I'm going to have to update my ticker soon. We're finally going to make a pick. Round 4. Pick 132, baby. Who's it going to be? Saints took Quincy Riley. Okay, listen. Bradyn, Swinson, and Marcus Mubo are on the board. Those are my guys. I would if we can get one of them, or you can get a running back here. Damian Martinez, Breshard Smith, DJ Giddens, Devin Neal. Honestly, we can wait on running back. Look, we got another pick coming up. Look, only a couple more picks left in this round. And then we go to round 5. And we're picking the 10th pick in round 5. So we're about 14 picks away after we make this pick for making another one. I would take Bradyn Swinson here. Or even if you want Marcus Mubo, if you'd rather go O-line. And then come back with that running back with my next pick. We'll see if we can finally get a pick right this draft, guys. Questions. I didn't see it. Did you ask the question and I missed it? Let me scroll up. Question. I keep saying you. Oh. Is the value difference between Ashton Genty and the draft capital the Jags gave up greater than the value difference between Travis Etienne and Ashton Genty? That's tough. I would say no. He would have to end up being really special in the NFL. Travis Hunter, that is. But they're calling him the unicorn. Pick is in. We're about to find it, boys. Come on, baby. Just looking for someone I've scouted this time. Let's go with someone I've watched some tape on. Oh, I thought they were announcing it, but they're not. Not yet. It's coming. Come on, Swinson. I would love Bradyn Swinson here. A lot of people had him as a second round pick, man. Oh, man. What did I miss here? Here it is. Ruben Hippolyte, linebacker, Maryland. Daniel Jeremiah, first thing he said, I thought he would be a 7th round pick. Let's see what he's got. Ran a 4.42 40. 4.42 40. Hold on. Four 40-yard dash. Okay. They wanted a linebacker that can fly. There he is. He's on the board. He was not on my best players available. Who is this guy? Listen. I said I wanted to draft someone here that I watched some tape on. This is not the case. That is not the case. That is not what happened here. I will say Bucky Brooks just said he's a guy who was climbing up his draft board, a guy who tested off the charts. He's 5'11", 240, ran a 4.4 240-yard dash. I'm going to have to look up his arm length, RAS. Let's see. Almost sound like he can play safety. I was kind of thinking edge, man. I was kind of thinking, is he a guy who can play edge? Probably not, but maybe a situational pass rusher. I don't even see. He scored an 8.22 RAS. He's got 31.6-inch arms, 4.4 240, 153 10-yard split, 33-inch vertical, 18 reps in bench, 822 total on the RAS. Maryland linebacker, huh? This one caught me off guard. Flies to the ball, though. Yeah, I think that's the thing they're looking for. I don't know if it's a developmental linebacker. If he's just a special teams player, then I don't like it. If he is a developmental linebacker, and this is a guy you see that Dennis Allen sees as a guy he could potentially develop and be maybe a starting linebacker in a few years from now, then it wouldn't be a bad move. But I gotta say, initial reaction, I'm a little underwhelmed, definitely surprised. DJ Prophet said he looks kind of like a safety. That's something to watch too. I mean, looking at the size, right? You're looking at he's 5'11", 5'8", so he's just about 6 foot tall, 236 pounds, runs a 4.42. It's either it's kind of like, instead of saying he's a safety, maybe he's more of what the NFL looks for at linebacker nowadays. A lot of NFL teams are looking for those converted safeties that can come up and play linebacker, cover the pass, fly around the field. It's a developmental pick there for sure. My biggest question is, what's wrong with Bradyn Swinson? Why don't they like him? His speed and awareness is very good. Instincts are off the chart. You can't teach speed. That's true. Urlacher, another guy who was a DB in college. He's a dime tight end eraser. I could see that. You bring him in and put him on tight ends. I got to see more of his coverage skills, though. On his tape, he hits the line of scrimmage hard. I'd love to hear that. Definitely a guy I'm going to have to study, guys. Did not watch any. Man, Swinson is just dropping like a rock. We still are in position to grab a running back, though. I kind of think what the plan is now, when I'm looking at this draft overall, I do think people right now are viewing Shemar Turner strictly as a defensive tackle. I think Shemar Turner is a guy who's going to be a defensive lineman for the Bears, not a defensive tackle. He's going to play a little bit of both. And we might even have him drop weight and play more defensive end. In that case, he has more upside. When it comes, I gotta figure out how to say this guy's name before I keep calling him Hippolyte. From Maryland. The tracker is now updated. We got round 5 pick coming up next. Got the linebacker from Maryland. Pick anyone obscure that's more likely who Poles is looking at. What a reach in the 4th round. See, I think we know guys that run fast always get overdrafted. So guys that run 4.4, 4.3s, that's why I'm really surprised that Breshard Smith is still on the board. Usually guys that run 4.39s, they go third round at the latest. So he says we may as well draft a fullback next. That if we would have taken Cam Skattebo, he might have been. Everyone's mad at this. Oh no, guys! Guys, this is a late 4th round pick here, and this is one where we also traded down and got this as an extra pick. So we have another pick coming up in 14 slots here. This is a speedy linebacker who tested off the charts. He's athletic. He can fly. This is Dennis Allen's pick. We got to go with yesterday's where those picks were mostly Ben Johnson. A lot of people trying to blame Ryan Poles when it's clear he works collaboratively. And to me, this is clearly Dennis Allen's pick. This is who he wanted. Luther is valid. Oh, no, I hate that one, Max. Max, I got to listen. Comparing Luther Burden to Velus Jones is absolutely wild. Luther Burden had more yards in one season at Missouri as a sophomore than Velus Jones had in his entire career in 5 years at Tennessee and 3 years in Chicago. Luther Burden's sophomore season had more production than 8 years of Velus Jones. So please, don't ever mention those two in the same sentence ever again. Luther Burden is an absolute stud. Please don't mention those names together. That one just hurt my brain right there. Those guys should never be mentioned together. I don't want to harp on it too much there, but Luther Burden is a stud. It might not have been a need for us, but as far as talent, that dude is a monster. Watch out for Luther Burden, man. That's crazy. I compare him. I see a lot of Deebo Samuel in him, but I also see a lot of people like the Deebo Samuel comparison. I think he's more explosive than Deebo Samuel. He has a lot more explosion. He has more acceleration. He can jump higher than Deebo. So, I mean, Luther Burden's a stud. Yeah, he can be a special player. I mean, you guys can hate the draft all you want, but let's leave Luther Burden out of it, man. That might be Ryan Poles' best value pick in his 4 years of being a GM. You got a guy way down at 39 who's a top 15 player on most draft boards. Yeah, you got him 25 picks past where he was. You got a first round pick in the second round. Yeah, Burden's going to be a really good player for the Bears. People are going to love him. I think the biggest thing with the Bears offense right now that people might not be happy about are fantasy football owners, because, and I do play some fantasy football, but listen, you don't know each week who our number one receiver is going to be. It's going to be whoever's open and whoever's having a hot game. It could be Luther Burden. It could be Rome Odunze. It could be DJ Moore. But they're going to all have good games, and it's going to rotate, and it's going to vary this year. This offense is going to be really fun to watch. Yeah, I really believe we would have drafted Travion Henderson there, or Quinshon Judkins even, but oh, Chad is so mad. Listen, Chad, can never be completely happy with the draft, but these are new Chicago Bears. I mean, the biggest thing with the draft is we're meeting our newest players, and whether you like the pick or not, as a Bears fan, you want the Bears to win, right? So you want this player to end up being good. I think what I've done my whole life is, especially people just, oh, this pick sucks. Look, I probably studied the draft as much or more than any single person in this chat, even as much as people in national media. and I never watched this guy's tape. So I don't think there's the people saying he sucks or it's a horrible pick. Have you even watched his highlights yet? There's no way you've watched his tape. So let's reserve judgment a little bit. They don't even have a highlight reel for him on ESPN. Oh man. So it's tough, man. But I get it, man. I'm not gonna disagree with anyone who says they don't like this draft. It's definitely been a draft that was definitely unpredictable, surprised me a lot. But when I'm looking at the players we got, a lot of talented players. Go to the look at our board right now. I'll say the linebacker is definitely one that I would consider at this point a reach. I think most people will consider it a reach. The first words out of Daniel Jeremiah's mouth when the pick was made was, "Oh, I had that guy as a 7th rounder." But then Bucky Brooks did fight back a little bit. He's like, "This is a guy who was going up my draft board. He tested really well athletically. He flies to the ball. And he's a linebacker who ran a 4.42 40." That's a guy you can develop. If the traits are there, this guy could be a really good player. Let's see. He's not real. He's a jersey selling. Let's see. Tevin Smith is a 5th rounder for the Jags. I like him. Oh, here it is. His name is Hippolytu. Ooh, Hippolytu. I'll try that. Hippolyta or Hippolyta? Ruben Hippolyta. Hippolyta. I'll go with that. It's better than Hippolyte. Hippolyta? I can work with that one. Forget a running back now. You're not going to get better than Swift Roshan. Wait, let me counter that real quick, okay? I love to play devil's advocate. Since we made that pick, a single running back hasn't come off the board. What would be the difference? We pick again in 11 spots. What if no running backs get picked here? How can you? Sometimes you got to make sense. I don't know. The Chicago 4.40s, baby. If we take Breshard Smith, he runs even a 4.39. I don't know why Marcus Mbow hasn't been picked. I definitely thought he was going to move inside to guard, so he's not going to play tackle in the NFL. He had some questionable tape. Maybe teams question if he can move inside to guard. I do think he's a good player. Can you sort the remaining? Yeah, we need to sort the remaining guys by their 40 times. I could maybe, but all right there. Luther's your running back one. I think I briefly mentioned it yesterday. He has the skill set. Remember, we just said he's built exactly like Deebo Samuel with more explosion. So if you're going to give the ball to Luther Burden in the screen game or hand the ball off to him, it's definitely possible. I don't think moving him to running back is an option, but definitely could get the ball to him with some handoffs, some jet sweeps, and some screen passes as well. Get some manufactured touches for him. Rocket Sanders, Raheem Sanders, not a bad running back. And Swift's top-rated player consistently gets drafted right after. I have had my top-rated player go off the board right after us and right before us a few times in this draft. My big board got drafted pretty well, but I didn't have this guy on there. I got to be real with the linebacker, but I will say I love speedy linebackers who can hit. First take is that's a good question. How did DJ Moore and Luther Burden coexist? Well, in a Matt Eberflus offense, they probably wouldn't have. But that's why we hired Ben Johnson, who is known around the NFL as an offensive guru, an offensive genius, one of the best play callers in the league. I'm gonna leave it to Ben Johnson on this one and let him figure that out. But Ryan Pohl's words on the topic were, he said what good teams do in the NFL is a lot of times they'll have an embarrassment of riches at one position. And you just let it play out. Eventually, one of those guys is going to leave. Sometimes someone gets hurt. Things happen, but having too many weapons on offense, I don't think that's a problem the Bears have ever had in my entire life. So instead of worrying about it, I'm kind of excited about it. I think having a lot of weapons on offense is going to be fun. Let me see. Thought I saw another good question. Oh, Ollie Gordon. Yeah, I like Ollie Gordon, man. I've said it all along. If you go back and watch Ollie Gordon's 2023 tape, dude looks like a monster. Reminds me a little bit of a Quinshon Judkins in ways. So when I in 2023, I had Ollie Gordon rated above Quinshon Judkins. So that's how much I liked Ollie. His 2024 tape is not as good. It's kind of puzzling. I think there's even a chance that after the beating he took in 2023, he ran with so much physicality that there's maybe a chance that Ollie Gordon was saving himself for the NFL a little bit this year. Maybe he was banged up a little bit, but his tape wasn't as good this year. But the bottom line is, when I go back and look at that 2023 tape, I see a 3-down running back. I see a guy who can break tackles. I see a guy with speed. I like Ollie. Let's see. We're about 12 picks away right now from getting another pick. So, yeah, it's something to watch there, Doug. If speed is really the thing we're looking for here, Breshard Smith is the 4.39 guy. Now, I kind of question why we didn't take the running back first and then wait on the linebacker, but I don't know. There's a couple safeties on the board. Let me show you guys my big board. This is pretty updated. Let me double check. Anyone been taken here? I don't think any of these guys have been taken. Oh, Dylan Sampson. Nope, he's gone. Okay, yep, we're good. Yeah, this board is pretty accurate as of right now. These are the best players available on my board. I have no idea why Marcus Mabeau and Brayden Swinson are falling down the board like this. Something scouts don't like about them. How does Bird to expect team number one? Needs to be the fourth option. I don't know if you can ever expect to be the number one option in the NFL, even if you're a first-round pick. But I think you get over that by being in an explosive offense and winning games. We're going to win games and score points. Let's see. Ton of talent, man. A lot of people asked about Tyler Batty in this one. He's a sleeper. I don't know. Part of the problem is I don't know where he's going to go. At this point in the draft, like, people are going that could have been 7th rounders. He is a guy who's an older prospect when you look at him. He's 25 years old. I wouldn't mind getting him if he falls to like round 7. I'd love it. I think this might be a little early for him. I definitely wouldn't take him over a guy like Brayden Swinson or Elijah Roberts or Jordan Phillips. I think there's 3 to 4 really good defensive linemen on the board. You think it was the coach, Skip? That could have been a thing. I also just think on tape he didn't run with as much physicality or burst either. Yeah, in 2023 he was insane. Give Swift to the point. Jorge, we gotta I think we do have to consider that maybe Shemar Turner is a defensive end. And maybe we haven't taken. I think he's a defensive lineman. I don't think people should judge him as a DT. He plays all over the D line. I think he'll play edge and tackle for us, not just DT. Josh Farmer just went to the Patriots. That's a good pick, actually. Farmer to the Patriots. That's a good one. Let me see. We're 11 picks away. 11 picks away right now, Erica. We have the 10th pick of round 5. I don't think Noah Sewell's done. I think this linebacker is going to compete with Noah Sewell. similar to how Ozzy Trapilo is going to compete with Karan Amagaji. You want to bring in competition, especially at important positions on the roster. Wow, we're done with 4 rounds of the NFL draft, and Shedeur Sanders has still not been drafted. Wow. That's surprising. Ollie can pass block, yes, and he's big and physical as well. Ollie can definitely pass block. Jordan Watkins, last pick of the 4th round. We're now 9 picks away, guys. Yes, sir. 2 picks coming up in round 5. We have the 10th pick, and then way down at 33. The 10th and 33rd pick of the 5th round. I'll go until that. I'll probably go until the 2nd pick here, the 3rd pick, and then we'll have one more pick, a 7th rounder that'll probably be a few hours from now. I'll do a quick video on our 7th rounder later, but I'm not going to hang out for the 7th round. To a power back, I don't think we're going to convert a linebacker to a running back when there's already really good linebackers on the board. No, I don't see that happening. Oh, there's a Echo Bean says that the linebacker looks like the best pick out of all of them. Wait, what do you mean we lost half our list? Oh, you mean in round 4? Josh Farmer just went. That's the only guy on the top of my list, I think. We got a lot of people talking about Ollie now. There's some Ollie love in the chat. Okay. I'm a fan. Let's see. Who just went that I got to take off my board? Oh, Josh Farmer finally went. My defensive guys are swindling down a little bit. Ooh, hey, he was on the Butkus watch list. Good call, Ken. Look at Ken out there finding good information. Oh my goodness. Wait, I don't know if Shedeur's realistically even in the conversation to be our backup. I don't know if he fits the culture of a guy to come in and back up Caleb Williams, because he's going to want to start. I don't know if having a guy like that behind Caleb would be a good idea. Ollie Gordon, more like David Montgomery. Yeah, I think Damian Martinez fits that role as well. Ooh, there you go. I like him, Chester. I'll throw him on my list. It's a name. Jaw Joyner, the edge out of Minnesota. Let's see. We have the 10th pick of this round. It is now 9 picks away. Go back to round 5. I was checking round 4 real quick. The official number is 148 here is the next one we're on the board. 148. We also signed another quarterback too. Remember, guys, we have 3 quarterbacks now, so I don't think that's coming. Yeah, the Stanford wide receiver really fell down the board. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but definitely fell further than I thought. I appreciate you, Captain Bung. Yeah, Gator Bite. That's a great point, man. We'll really see. I can't wait to see how Karan Amagaji looks in training camp, man. I have I have some optimism here, cautious optimism. Call me optimistic that we're going to get to training camp and Karan Amagaji is going to look like a beast. He's going to be out there mauling people. And all of a sudden the story might be, can Karan take Braxton Jones' starting job? I don't ever like to overhype things, but that's something I am cautiously optimistic about. I won't talk about it a ton or make videos on it, but it's something I am hoping for this offseason. Is Shadur going to go undrafted? I don't think so. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, a lot of trade downs in this one. Another edge off the board. Oh, Florida or the Panthers just took the big defensive tackle Cam Jackson out of Florida. 6'6", 328. Big dude. He's not they have a bigger dude though, actually. They actually got a bigger dude on that line. Oh, here we go. Hey, be well. Appreciate that little tidbit. I didn't even see that. Apparently Bradyn Swinson had some issues with the LSU coaching staff, probably causing his stock to draft. I wonder if there's any news to the similar situation with Marcus Mabo. Elijah Roberts is really good. I think my top 2 defensive linemen right now, besides Bradyn Swinson, it's Elijah Roberts and Jordan Phillips after Joshua Farmer just went. Let me see. So I took Farmer off my board. I've had to update my big board too many times. All right, new big board coming in. With just about 7 picks until we're up here. 7 picks away. Let's see. All right, here it is. Now you guys can see it. Let's see. Oh, should I do another running back poll? I didn't even look to see who you guys wanted. Let me check. It was pretty torn. Pretty even between Breshard Smith, Dylan Sampson, and Devin Neal. They're all still on the board, too. Or no, wait, Dylan Sampson went. Dylan Sampson went, didn't he? Yeah. Let me think who you guys would want here. I'm gonna put man, there's some good ones. Oh. Let me see. Blue. Oh yeah, I'll do Ollie Gordon as the 4th. All right, we had a lot of chat about Ollie Gordon. I'm putting this poll up now. Let's see. All right, these are the 4 this time. I left Jaden Blue out, but he's coming. So there's Damian Martinez, Devin Neal. Wait, did I put Dylan Sampson on there again? Did I do that wrong? That's supposed to be Breshard Smith. Timeout. I'm ending that. I meant to type Breshard Smith there. I typed the wrong name. My bad. It was supposed to be Breshard Smith. All right, Damian Smith. I'm even going to do something different. DJ Giddens. Oh, there went Carson Vincent, sleeper tackle prospect. Ollie Gordon. Okay, State. Or who's the other? Who am I missing? Oh, Breshard Smith. I keep forgetting about Breshard Smith, man. I like him too. I think Breshard Smith might be the most likely guy. Or we'll do Breshard Smith or Jaden Blue. All right, there we go. All right, now I got it. This poll's better. This one's legit. There's your running back, guys. Joshua Gray is a guy who we met with like 4 times, too. Chester, that's another one. So many running backs, man. Marcus Yarn, still on the board. Montag, I can't even say his name. It's like Montagai, the Rutgers running back. He's another one. Oh, the Vikings traded for Sam Howell. The Vikings just added. They traded with the Seahawks. They swapped picks 142 and 172. And nah, I just was throwing names on there. It's basically more position draft. But I mean, the top guys are Bradyn Swinson and Marcus Mabeau. Those are my top players on the board. But after that, no, it's not really by rating. Let's see. Jaden Blue, baby. I think Jaden Blue and Breshard Smith are both similar type of running backs as well. Same with, I think, Devin Neal and DJ Giddens are similar type of running backs. It was first reported by Ken Schaefer. Let me see. I think we're going to make a pick here. I think we're about, wait. Yeah, 5 picks till we're up. Okay. I like all those. What running back do you think has the highest ceiling? Okay, that's a good question. I'd say Ollie Gordon. Maybe Breshard Smith. Breshard Smith might have the. He just has a ton of untapped potential. You don't know what you're going to get in Breshard Smith. He only has 1 year as a running back. He's a former receiver. He has home run speed. In his 1 year on tape at SMU, Breshard Smith looked really good. I wasn't a big fan of Cornelius, the Oregon tackle, but I don't know. Pal Ryland's not down that far, but he is down a little bit, Levante. I wasn't super high on him, but I didn't watch a ton. Are you talking about Shadur? I talked about him earlier. I think he's a good quarterback. On tape, he's a good quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback. My comp for him was a little bit more athletic Jared Goff. I had probably a late first round grade on him, maybe a day 2, but quarterbacks get drafted a little bit earlier. No idea what's going on there, man. It's crazy. Let's see. Breshard Smith, Ollie Gordon, Damian Martinez. Those are probably my 3 favorites. That's a good question there, Dennis Sharp. Sebastian Castro or Jalen Reed at safety? I think Castro is the guy that, I just like him, but I think Jalen Reed might be a better player in the NFL. Castro's speed limitations, maybe they're worse than I thought. He's good on tape. He has really good instincts, but I don't know how fast he is. Yeah, I'm with you always. I don't think it's about talent anymore. Yeah, I kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, I think. Oh, Dolphins with a really good pick. Dolphins just took Jordan Phillips. That's one guy off my board. Jordan Phillips is high up there, man. I like Jordan Phillips. He's good. Maryland defensive tackle. Oh, man. Let's see. It's definitely collusion of people. Ooh, maybe. Jordan Phillips is young. I like him, man. He's a good player. I like Elijah Roberts, too, though. Or Swinson. Ooh, Browns trade. Yep, Jordan Phillips is off the board. Gone. And now the Browns are making a pick. Well, now I got to add another defensive tackle to my board. Let's find another defensive tackle. Who's still available, guys? Oh, Yaya Black's not a bad one. Howard Cross. What about the edge? Maybe it is time for the V-Tech. I'm putting him on here for Levante. What round were you mocking Marcus Mbo? I had him as a 3rd round pick. I think most people had him in the 2nd. I wasn't as high on him as most people, but I did think he was probably going to go 3rd round. All right, there we go. Let's see, Howard Cross. There's a couple. I mean, I think I like Riley Mills better than Howard Cross, but yeah, both of those Notre Dame defensive tackles are decent. I mean, Riley Mills or Howard Cross, if we want another. Oh, my bad. Yep. Boop. Who just went? No picks since Jordan Phillips. Oh, Riley Mills went. I didn't even see he went. Okay, I missed the Riley Mills pick. Riley Mills is actually gone. Howard Cross is on the board. That's the other Notre Dame defensive tackle. They were both similarly rated, but I did like Howard Cross or Riley Mills better. Let me check. Let me see. At this point, saying Mbo, I feel like I'm jinxing it. Yeah, Jared Ivey. No one's talked about him a lot. He's on my big board. He's up there. Let's see. Why isn't JJ? It's a good name. Probably should be. Let's check the best available. Where do they have him at? He's their number 1. We'll put him on. We needed another DT on there anyway. All right, updating the list now. You think we should trade up for who? Ooh, I don't know. Who are we wanting here? If we're taking a running back, there's really no need to. Maybe if we want... Oh, wait. Is this it? Were the Eagles going to take Shadur? Shadur's going to the Browns, guys. Round 5, pick 144. Who's the top cornerback available on my screen? Let's go. Zach Frazier, UTSA. Dorian Strong still available, though. Denzel Burke is a guy who, man, he's fallen off. I don't think we need a corner, but if Denzel Burke's still there in 2 rounds, holy moly. It's a guy with some upside who's going to be mad. Joshua Gray. So the Browns already drafted Dylan Gabriel here as well. So they got 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, they're getting both, I guess. They're taking multiple shots at the QB position. They're going to have Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders, and Deshaun Watson in that QB room. That's a wild QB room. 2 picks, guys. 2 picks away. 2 picks away. No, 3 picks. Well, we got Philadelphia, New England, and San Francisco. My fault. I can't even count. Washington took RG3 and Cousins. That was a first rounder and a fourth. It worked out pretty well for him. Cousins actually ended up being the better quarterback. You never know how it's going to work out. When your team needs a quarterback and you're not taking one early, it's probably a smarter thing to do here. I mean, they got Dylan. I like Shadur better than Dylan Gabriel. Gabriel was, I think he's limited in the NFL. He was a college quarterback, but I do like Damian Martinez. All right, with 3 picks up, I'm going to quickly go wash my hands, grab a water. Be right back, guys. Leave the board up for you. Give me 30 seconds. Ooh, buckling in for day 3, guys. They're going to be talking about Shadur for a minute here. Who is nervous? Polls is unpredictable. It's a 5th round pick. I'm not really nervous, but I could get excited if we take someone that's really high on my board, though. The Browns took 2 running backs, too. They took Mac McWilliams, cornerback, UCF. Oops. What did I do? Let me check. Who have the Browns taken? Hold on, let me look. Oh, they did. They took Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson. Dang. I actually like that. I like that, honestly. They got Juddy and Dylan Sampson. Man. Yeah, he's going to be Hippo. We're going to call him Hippo. It's a good nickname. The hard-hitting Hippo? The fast Hippo? I don't know. Yeah, they did get a little bit of thunder and lightning there as well. I'm starting to not like the Browns. And then they grabbed Shadur Sanders as well. Wild. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. And then they got 3 players I like, though. They got Harold Fannin Jr., the tight end from Bowling Green. Let's see. They got Mason Graham and Carson Schweschinger. Can't argue with that. Who do you want me to add? Cam Horsley. Cam Horsley's not bad. I could throw him on there. I see him going a little later than this, but we could throw him down there. Let's see. It is the 5th round. It is round 5. I think, and that's where you see, that's why I said when we took that linebacker, it's like, At this point in the draft, anybody can go anywhere. You're not really reaching for guys, especially when guys run 4.42s. I would like to see us take a running back. I'd also like one of these defensive linemen if we could get one of my top 3 D linemen on here, or potentially a safety. Marcus Mabo would be nice. Is Miles Frazier on the board still too, or am I tripping? Let me see. Take that down. Take that down. This has been a wild draft, man. Nothing for the Bears. Wait, you were here earlier? We traded down in the 4th. We picked the linebacker so far. We got a linebacker, Ruben Hypolita, out of Maryland. He ran a 4.42 40. Fast guy. And this other pick we're about to make right now, and then we'll have another 5th rounder. Oh, no. Patriots took Bradyn Swinson. Patriots have sniped us like 4 times in this draft. They took Travion Henderson from us, too. That's a good pick. I can't argue with it. He was my best player on the board for the entire day. And now he's gone. Taking him off my board. Taking him off my board, boys. Yeah, apparently, according to Matt Miller and Adam Schefter, I think, said it, the hottest name in the entire first round of the draft was Colston Loveland. He said there were multiple teams trying to trade up to where the Bears were to try to get Colston Loveland, and after that, the trade calls all stopped. A tall cornerback that can also play free safety? Yeah, I'd do that. I'd do that. We have some Sanders. I don't think he goes to safety. I think he stays as a linebacker. Well, they want a speedy linebacker. And if he was going to play safety, he probably would have did it in college. No, I think he stays a linebacker. He might start as a special teamer. Wait. Where'd we go? Did we trade again? Bro, Poles is willing and dealing. Where do we go now? Jordan James, there went another running back. Where were the Rams at? Wait, I don't see an extra one. I don't think they had a... Did we get a pick next year? I'm going to have to find what we got for this. Hold on. Let's see. Trying to find. I haven't found the details yet. We got a 6 this year. Oh, we got 162. You sure it doesn't? It shows 162 as the Jets. I'm looking. We got 195. 6th round pick 19. But what else? We moved down to 169. We already had 169. This is the pick we got for trading down before. So, no, we didn't move down to 169. That's the pick we already had, guys. Guys, we already had 169. This is what we got earlier. Look, on my thing that's been on the board all day. We traded down. Those are the 2 picks we got for trading down earlier. We're 132 and 169. So we did not add 169 in this trade. Did we get a 4th rounder next year, maybe? 2026 4th. Ooh. I love that. We moved down to 195 and picked up a 2026 4th rounder. Oh, yeah. Okay. 2026 4th rounder. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Extra pick next year. If we get that Ian Cunningham pick as well. Ooh. Yep, that's the pick we traded away for Jonah Jackson. That's the pick we traded away for Jonah Jackson. That's a good pick. Recouping the pick we traded away. I like that. And we still got this pick coming up at 169. We got, it's on the board right below me right here. We got pick 196 in the 6th round, and we got a 2026 4th rounder. One of the picks was for Tooney. One of them was for Jonah Jackson. I wasn't remembering exactly. I thought the Tooney one was this year, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, we basically traded 2 mid-round picks for Tooney and Jonah Jackson. You don't like the trade? I like picking up a 2026 4th, especially when Bradyn Swinson just went. Maybe we were going for Bradyn Swinson. I think having a 4th round pick next year, when you move down, we moved down, what, about 20 some spots? Move down about 20 spots, and you get a 4th round pick next year. So yeah, we got the pick back that we traded for Joe Tooney. Yeah, you're right. This year, Jonah Jackson was this year's 6th, so we recouped the pick that we traded away for Joe Tooney. We now got Joe Tooney for free, and all we did is move down 19 spots, roughly. So Bears pick 195. I like it. Okay. Oh, now we got a 6th rounder. Man. Let's see where we're at there. Ooh. Bears traded out, boys. Poles is scared to make a decision. He's made a lot of decisions, man. Every trade is making a decision. And he's picked, how many players we got so far? And we got 5 new players on this roster as well. 2 for the defense, 3 for the offense. Not hating it. Definitely not hating it. Let me see. Yeah, total is going to be 8 picks. If we make all 3 of them. I mean, we could trade out if we wanted, but yeah, I love picking up an extra 4th rounder next year. Yeah, great comment by Tommy right here. Anytime you can move into the top 4 rounds of the draft instead of the bottom 3, which are 5, 6, and 7, there are a lot more starting caliber and just players that contribute in the NFL level that come from the first 4 rounds than the 5th, 6th, and 7th. So getting the 4th round pick and not giving up a pick, you're just moving down here from the 5th to the 6th. Think about that. We moved from the 5th to the 6th, and we got a 4th, which is more valuable than either of these picks in next year's draft. So I like that. I think that's a really good move. Oh, did Jaden Blue go? I like Breshard Smith a little bit better. Jaden Blue to the Cowboys. Ooh, there goes Jaden Blue. Man. I like Jaden. He's fast. Those players. You also get 2 picks for 1 again. That's 3 times in this draft we've turned 1 pick into 2. So when you think about it, we basically turned 3 players into 6 total players. And in that case, if one of those players, think about it, if you draft 3 players and one of them's a bust, that's 1/3 of your draft capital. If you draft 6 players and one of them's a bust, it's 1/6, guys. I mean, simple math here. You got to, if you can get more hits out of that, even if you just go by hits, if you can get 2 or 3 hits instead of 1, you got to give it to us. The Rams. That was from the Rams. Not a bad one. They moved up. They took Ty Hamilton, Ohio State D tackle. Not a bad player. Oh, Cowboys took Jaden Blue. Yeah, I mean, well, we also had the quality up top, though. I mean, when was the last time when you look at a Bears draft, it doesn't happen very often, where you have 3 picks in the top, or 4 picks in the top 2 rounds. So, I mean, those are all quality players. When you talk about the first 2 rounds of an NFL draft, we got 4 guys. Those are quality players. And then now we can add a little bit more quantity by trading down and adding more depth here. I like it. I would like a big running back. Damian Martinez fits that bill. Poles is loading up on rookie contracts. That's another good idea. He talked about it. I don't know if anyone saw Poles' press conference last night. It was at like midnight or 1 a.m. And he actually said one of his most interesting quotes was, he's not scared of losing. He's scared of winning. Don't take it wrong, but basically what he said is, once we start winning here, that's when it becomes harder. Like right now, things are easy. Decisions are easy for him as a GM. But when we start winning games, that's when you really have to make tough decisions, and you have to start letting players walk. And that's in Kansas City, you've seen it. They've let a lot of good players walk over the years. They had to get rid of Tyreek Hill after winning Super Bowls with them, and you let players go that are part of what you built, and it gets a little tougher. But I think Ryan Poles is trying to prepare for that better as well. Swift's contract we can get out of next year, though, and Swift is also better as a complimentary back. I think you got to take that into account too. DeAndre Swift is a lot better if he has a power back with him. Roschon could be that guy, right? But if not, so can Damian Martinez. So can Ollie Gordon. There's some guys on the board that can do that as well. Especially if you can get a guy who can contribute and end up potentially being a starting running back in round 5 or 6. You've seen it over the last couple of years. The Bucs did it last year with Bucky Irving. Chiefs did it a couple of years before that with Isaiah Pacheco. There's always late round running backs that end up producing. Frank Gore and Arian Foster were undrafted free agents. But this year even, there's more running back depth than any year in the past. So the likelihood that there's going to be a late round running back this year that ends up being a really good starter is higher than normal. So I honestly wouldn't be against taking 2 running backs late or drafting a running back and getting an undrafted free agent. This year's running back class is really stacked. What do they got going on over there? Never, Bayless. Swift, there's a lot of Swift. Look, I'm not the biggest DeAndre Swift fan. Love his last name. Problem is, with what we're paying him, I don't know. His contract only has 2 years left on it, but he has no guaranteed money left on his contract after this year. There went DJ Giddens to the Colts, another running back gone. Giddens is a good player. A lot of Swift slander. There's a lot of Swift slander here. Favorite unknown player. That's tough. I don't know. Unknown player. A lot of people in this chat, very, very knowledgeable. They know their guys. I've talked about a lot of them. I'd say it was Joshua Gray, probably the guy on my list. If we're talking about guys I think the Bears could take, Joshua Gray's one of those guys. We've had him in for multiple visits. Breshard Smith is one of my favorite players on the board. Him and Damian Martinez. And I love Ollie Gordon, too. There's just a lot of good players left. We're taking a running back, guys. Everyone keeps saying we're not taking a running back. I think maybe we're not. But if we're not, we better sign 2 undrafted free agents. That's all I'm going to say. This class is just too talented to not take advantage of it, in my opinion. I don't know. I think we got to take advantage of it at some point. So our next pick now is going to be 169. We did add a 2026 fourth rounder, though. I'm going to add that to my ticker. 169. Here's add 2026 fourth. That's a big one. Having that 2026 fourth is going to be huge, I think. Imagine if we end up getting a third rounder, too, if Ian Cunningham leaves. And then we're setting with extra picks in the mid-round where we can trade up, move around the draft a little bit if we want. What's good, Eric? Good to see you, my man. Let's see. Ben has faith in Swift. I think they're playing the board, right? I think it came down to if Ashton Genty, Quinshawn Judkins, or Travion Henderson would have fallen to us, we would have taken a running back really high. But after those 3 running backs, there's just a group of like 25 guys that are all pretty similar. And like everyone's going to like certain guys better. Of course, I like guys better than other people are going to like. Other people are going to have, especially when you have that many good running backs in this class. We're going to find some, there's some guys here late that are really talented. Probably Ryan Bates is our backup center right now. He's a guy I thought was going to get cut, but he's still on the roster. So with Ryan Bates here, he's probably our backup center. Yeah, but Ben Johnson wasn't the coach or the GM of that team. He was just the offensive coordinator. So while he does have a say, or they might ask his opinion, he didn't have as big of a say. I see a lot of kicker talk. I just think with Cairo's contract, we're kind of stuck with him this year, and then we might look that way next year. But man, if we could get a big time kicker that can nail those 60-yarders, I'd be looking at it. I'll show you guys my kicker. All right, where's he at? He's on the best available. Let's go to him. It's not Andres Borregales for Miami. I do like him, though. He hit a career-long 56-yarder last year. He has 70% from 50 or plus in his career, and he handles kickoffs. He's got a big leg. My guy right here is Ryan Fitzgerald, though. 13 for 13 this year. Hit 5 kicks from 50 plus. Had a career-long 59-yarder. I think he hit a 57 as a freshman. He's got a big leg. I like Ryan Fitzgerald. If you want a kicker with a big leg, that's your guy. But we're not going to spend too much time on that. Who'd the Bengals take? Oh, Jalen Rivers. Jalen Rivers is a guy. He played tackle early in his career. He was a left tackle for Miami. Early on, he was really highly touted. Was supposed to be a high round pick. Ended up moving inside to guard these last couple of years and has fallen off a little bit, but has a lot of talent for a 5th round pick here. Dang, we're still a ways off. Bearhorn Laker Nation. I'll tell you, I think the guy we drafted, a lot of people view him as a defensive tackle, right? They have his position listed at DT. I don't think Shemar Turner is a defensive tackle. I think if you're going to put a position on Shemar Turner, it wouldn't say defensive tackle. It wouldn't say defensive end. It would say DL. He's a defensive lineman. He played 200 plus snaps last season at all 4 spots on the defensive line. He can play edge. He can play inside. He can stop the run. He has a lot of pass rush upside. I think Turner he's going to play all over this line, and he's going to get reps at defensive end. But draft's not over yet. Ooh, Giants. Giants took Marcus Mbow. Finally gone. What a drop for him, man. I'll have to see how he does in the NFL, but man. His arm, well, they say his arms are even short for a guard. I don't remember what his arm length. I thought it was on 32. DJ Giddens went, yep. He went a couple picks to go to the Colts. Like Jalen Rivers, though. We could definitely afford a Nick Chubb. What do you mean? If he was cut, you could probably sign Nick Chubb for a 1-year, $2 million contract. He's like a 30-year-old running back coming off reconstructive knee surgery. Nobody's going to pay him anything. Ooh, man. That was a weird. I just don't think he's going to get paid. Yeah. There's a couple running backs that excite me for sure. I would love to have Damian Martinez or Breshard Smith or Ollie Gordon, Devin Neal too. Definitely some guys that I still like on the D line. My favorite player, Elijah Roberts, is still there. I think Elijah Roberts is probably too good to be on that board. What's the best of it? Let me go inside the guard. Yeah, Miles Frazier is still on the board. I actually, if you're looking for just a guard, I might like Miles Frazier better than Marcus Mbow. Because he's at least, this is a guy you at least know can play inside a guard. Whereas Mbow would have been you're hoping he can, and you're projecting it, but you know he can't play tackle. Joshua Gray's another guy to keep an eye on here, though. Late round. Jackson Slater, I like him. Garrett Dellinger's not bad. I'd love to grab another guard. Beef up the interior of the O-line, or even a center here. There's a couple centers left as well. Seth McLaughlin, Drew Kendall, Jake Majors and Seth McLaughlin both had some really good tape at times. And then Drew Kendall is just really solid. And then I like Monheim too. This is a guy, he played guard and tackle early, and then he moved inside to center. He knows Caleb Williams. They're friends. They were teammates. Wouldn't be a bad late pick, man. Hey, I like it, Raging. Let me know what you see, man. Let me know what you see. I'm going to be on it later, of course. Let's see. Oh, they're showing the Bears offense on the board. Oh, that's pretty. Caleb, DJ, Rome, Luther Burden, Colston Loveland. Poor old Cole Kmet isn't even on the board, baby. Man, that's wild. Oh, Ricky Stromberg also. That's our third center as well. 3 centers out there. That's a good call. Center might not be as big of a need as I initially thought we were going to cut Ryan Bates, but I think we need his depth right now. We're obviously not going to count on him as a starter, but having him available as a 6th or 7th best offensive lineman and as a backup guy, not bad. Luke Kandra's a name. Not a bad guy. Let's see. We're at least on the board now. How many picks is that? About 15 picks away. Yeah, they showed that on ESPN. He flies to the ball. He was making plays in the backfield. See how he is. Daniel Jeremiah said 7th rounder. He definitely scouted him. I didn't. I'll scout him soon, though. Don't worry. I'm thinking we might not take a safety in this draft. There are a couple still on the board, though. Who are the guys who are there? Sebastian Castro's still there. Jalen Reed is still there. Not a ton of safeties. Malachi Moore went. I wish he would still be there. A lot of people talk about moving Tyreek to safety. I like Tyreek much better at corner than I do safety. He has more of a build for he's like a long, lengthy. He's the kind of build you want in a corner. He has a similar frame as Jalen Johnson, right? So I like those guys at corner. I think Kyler Gordon has the better. If you're talking about one of our corners that would be good at safety, I think that's Kyler Gordon. Gordon has all the traits and skill set you look for in a safety. He can play the run. He's so fast. He can play center field. He can guard tight ends. He can guard slot guys. He can guard wide receivers. He can pretty much do it all. All right. Best player available list updated. This is what we're currently looking at right now, guys. A lot of the big names are gone. Still some talent on the board. Let's see. Any news? Any news? No. Okay. Let me check Jalen Reed. Jalen Reed has good instincts. He's physical. He's probably more of a box safety than a guy who's going to be your center fielder, your free safety overall. So that's kind of tough. Oh, is Jaden Blue still on my list? My bad. Look, I want him to be there, man. I liked him. Levante. He's a good player. He's a Cowboy now, though. You're right. It goes quick, man. I need a list updater. Gordon. Forget about Terrell Smith at strong safety. Damian Martinez. So he was on Miami, right? They love to run the ball and set up play action for Cam Ward. He was their 3-down back. Carried the rock a lot. Runs a lot like David Montgomery. Runs hard, lowers his shoulder, hard to bring down, breaks tackles, and he's underrated as a pass catcher. I think Damian Martinez is a really good player, considering how late we are in the draft right now. All right, now I got to update it again. Boop, boop. Taking Jaden Blue off there. Don't worry, guys. It's coming. All right, he's gone. That's the updated list now. Still some good players on the board, but obviously these guys aren't difference maker types. I do think a couple players do really excite me. I think Michael just said it right there. Breshard Smith and Damian Martinez. If you want the speed guy, that's Breshard Smith. And you wonder about you think about all the things Ben Johnson could do with a running back with that speed. And then Damian Martinez if you want the power guy. But honestly, man, the dream is to take 2 running backs now. Kind of do what the Browns did. So if we didn't get one early, take our shot on 2 of them. This class is so talented. Let's see. Look at that. Hey, good call there. Martinez averaged 12 yards per catch last year and 15 yards per catch a year prior. He did get a lot of screen passes, but his ability in the open field with the ball in his hands, you're right, really good with the ball in his hands. He breaks tackles. He gets yak. Love him, man. Oh, there went Elijah Roberts. My top D lineman is gone now. You see what they're doing to me? Every time I update my big board, they just take my top guy. I'm going to stop updating my big board because they take my top guy every time. Elijah Rob, that's a good player, man. Some good D linemen going here on day 3. They're not going to the Bears. Ooh, did you listen to an old interview or did he do a Bears press? Did he already come out and do a press conference or? Let's see. Yeah, he's a really good player. Hey, Eric, I mentioned him earlier, man. He's really athletic. Montague from Rutgers. He's athletic. He's fast. On tape, who did he remind me of? Do you remember Jay Ajayi? He was a Boise State runner, I think, that went to the Dolphins. His NFL career wasn't great. I like Montaga. I like him. There's just so many running backs. It's hard to pick just one, you know. There's so many. Connor Williams, the right tackle. He was from Rutgers, the running back I was just talking about. Riley Mills is still on the board. No, I'm sorry. Riley Mills is gone. Howard Cross. I must have got their names. I got their names mixed up there. Howard Cross, the other Notre Dame defensive tackle, is on the board. See? Howard Cross is there. I'm updating it. There was two defensive tackles from Notre Dame. There was Riley Mills and Howard Cross. The one that's still there is Howard Cross. Riley Mills is gone. And list updated. There we go. Howard Cross and my top guy, Elijah Roberts, gone. Top player on the board now, probably Miles Frazier, the guard from LSU. And then it's a bunch of running backs. And then on the defensive line, most of my guys who were really high on the board are gone now. I think the defensive line talent is starting to fall off. There are still some guys who have talent. I think Jared Ivey's probably my favorite on the board easily. Yeah, true though. Good point there, Alan. Who wants to bet we trade our pick? Man, we've been willing and dealing today. What if we can get a 5th rounder next year by trading down again? I wouldn't be against it. Jack Sawyer did go. Unfortunately, they took Jack Sawyer from us. Let me find where I can go back. It was last round. He went slightly before us, I think. Let me see. Who took my boy Jack? The Steelers, Pittsburgh. Good pick for that D line. They got Derek Harmon too. Steelers always have a good D line. Steeler, yep. Yeah, next year has better blue chip talent. It's also a pretty good tackle class, but definitely it's not as deep as this year for sure. How many people is Dion dragging right now? I don't know, man. I honestly don't want another receiver. I think we're good at wide receiver right now. We got like 8 of them. What is this? Oh, let's see. Load up on picks next year and trade up. That's another reason. If you get extra picks next year, you have that flexibility to trade up as well. And that's not true, Stell. That shows how much you haven't paid attention to this year's running back class, or even running back classes that were nowhere near as talented as this in previous years, where you still find guys every year that go late. Last year, look where Bucky Brooks went, or Bucky Irving got drafted to the Bucks, starting running back. Isaiah Pacheco a couple years back, 7th round pick, starting running back. Undrafted running backs always come through and make difference. That's went all the way back to guys like Frank Gore and Arian Foster. But this year's running back class is even more talented than normal years. A lot more. Most scouts, Daniel Jeremiah said it's basically like 2 running back classes stuffed into one. So when you think of that as well, no, you have Terrell Davis, another great one right there by Fred Gamble. Hall of Famer, 6th round pick. We're gonna get. I'll tell you right now, where we're setting at right here. Round 5. At least one of the players, one of these running backs that's on the board, is gonna end up being a major part of a team's offense this year. I'll tell you that right now. We'll go ahead and show you the list. We'll remember this day. Here's a running. That's the wrong list. Here's the list. One of these running backs here, okay? Breshard Smith, Damian Martinez, Devin Neal, Ollie Gordon. right? And then go a little bit further. Some of the other guys still on the board here. You also have LaQuinn Allen. You have Kyle Managai. You have Taj Brooks. You have 2 running backs from Michigan who both offer some upside. Kale Mullins and Donovan Edwards, who's further down. Raheem Rocket Sanders from South Carolina. Marcus Yarns from Delaware. Taj Brooks. There's a lot of good running backs on the board. It's just such a stacked year for running backs. There was honestly more good running backs this year than there were teams that need running backs. So that's part of the reason why teams like the Browns went ahead and took 2 of them. Let's see. That 4.4 speed. No, I think he's staying at linebacker, man. We want a fast linebacker. If he was going to play, there's fast safeties on the board. If we wanted a fast safety, we would have taken one. We want a linebacker there, I think. Desmond Watson. That's the big 464-pound Florida defensive tackle. That guy's crazy, man. Another one, Maddie had another good name there. Austin Eckler, another running back that went undrafted. This is the deepest running back class I've ever seen. So saying already that well, do I have Giddens on there? No, Giddens isn't on my list. But saying that all the good running backs are gone or these guys are practice squad guys, I don't know about that. Who do you think Johnson has planned? I think the plans for Ian Wheeler and get healthy and then show us what you can do in camp if you're healthy. Well, let's see. Oh, it's a FaceTime with Chicago journalists. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Our fastest defensive player is going to be nicknamed Hippo. How many picks till we're up now? We're almost coming. Let's see, 3, 6, 9 spots away, guys. 9 spots away. Packers took a linebacker. Oh, that's this is Kiu's guy, the Auburn receiver. He went to Chargers. Keandre Lambert Smith. I think he's working today. Kiu, let's send him a message. Keandre Lambert Smith to the Chargers. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. Please don't trade back again. I think we're probably done trading back. I don't know. You can never count out Ryan Poles from a trade back. I like that about him, though. I like getting extra picks, guys. I always love getting extra picks. I really wanted to trade back from 9 last year if Romo Dunze wouldn't have fell to us. I like Jalen Reed. He's there. He's one of my top guys. 169. 8 picks away. 7 picks away. Hippo means horse. Trade back and take all the running backs in the 7th. You imagine if we went back a couple rounds, or if we did trade back like 2 more times here and we had like 4 or 5 7th round picks and Poles grabbed 3 running backs. I wouldn't hate it, especially if one of them was Ollie Gordon. Yeah, Jalen Reed's on my list. Yep. No, he's a good player. So Sebastian Castro, the safety out of Iowa as well. He's not bad. Any word on Theo Benedict? No, he's just another guy who's just focused on getting healthy and developing. Steve, I think that's definitely a possibility, but right now I think they really like Ozzy Trapilo, and I also think we got to see. I think Karan Amagaji is going to be a really good player. Let's give these guys a chance to see what they offer in camp this year. We brought in like 11 kickers that year. That was a wild year, man. Wait, did Devin Neal not go? Is he still on my board? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is there. I do like Devin Neal, man. No way. Someone took Ollie? Is that who the Jets are taking? Don't do it. Bro, I love Ollie Gordon. Hey, does this mean the Jets are trading Breece Hall, though? Guys, imagine if the Jets were really trading Breece Hall, though, and we used that 2026 fourth, turned it into Breece Hall. We'll just put it out there. That's all I'm going to say. That's if they take a running back here. They have Braylon Allen as well. Bro, jump on the hippo's back, Maddie. No, they didn't take Ollie. They took Francisco. Man, I thought they were telling me Ollie Gordon was gone. I believed it. I thought Ollie was the pick. All right, Ollie Gordon's still on the board. Okay. We're good. Jets, you now owe us a Breece Hall. Bro, I'm a huge fan of Breece Hall. No lie. Out here just riding hippos. Brisker for... Whoa, don't be throwing Brisker's name up. I don't like that trade. I'd give Austin Booker for Breece. That's a tough one for me, man. I don't know about that. I don't know. Not Brisker, man. I like Brisk. Eagles have pick right here, pick right in front of us. Look at this. 3 picks coming up for them. Dallas was in talks today with the Jets for Breece Hall. Oh, stop it. Not the Cowboys. Listen, don't do it, Jerry Jones. Polls, you do it. I don't think they should trade him, to be honest. He's a good player. Breece is one of my favorite running backs in the league, man. He's a good player. He's got home run speed. He's shifty. He can break tackles. He can catch the ball. Take any carry to the house. Who are the Panthers taking? 5 picks away, guys. Finally about to get one, man. We kept getting on the board and just trading down today. Only made 1 pick, and it's a guy I'd barely heard of. Let me see. Look, if they want to give us Breece Hall and a 2nd-round pick next year, I'd trade Brisker. Nah, I don't want to talk about trading Brisker. I love Brisker. Quit playing. Yo, appreciate you, Tony. Let's see. Dallas. Nope. The second trade was, yep. They heard I was leaving after this pick and had to trade down to keep me online. Oh. Zach Pickens for Breece. That one I do. Top 10, I'm in on that one. Call the Jets. Just throw it out there. See what they say. Can't hurt. Can't hurt it. The worst they could do is say no. There's still 2 LT. I mean, I like Jalen Reed and Sebastian Castro, but RJ Mickens, I honestly didn't watch a ton of his tape. If we draft him, I'll do a full breakdown on him, but don't have a solid opinion right now, to be honest. That's how I feel about Brisker, man. If Brisker can be healthy, he's a superstar type player. His issue right now is just staying healthy. If Brisker would have been healthy last year, we wouldn't have lost as many games. I really believe that as well. Maybe he wears the Guardian helmet this year. I'd put him in the Guardian helmet. Put that Guardian cap on him. I do like CJ West. A lot of CJ West fans out there. I think it's a little bit too early to draw conclusions about Brisker's health. We'll find out a lot this year. If he can stay healthy for 16 games, though, that would go a long way. If he doesn't, if he gets another concussion this year, you're right, that'd probably be pretty bad. That'd probably not be a good thing, but we got to let it play out, see how it rolls. Cautiously optimistic. I've been waiting to clean my shed since noon. Thanks, Poles. Man, no, D-Mart is still there, man. I mean, Devin Neal was rated even higher than him. There's just so many running backs. It's about finding the fit. What running back fits your team best? And maybe no one really likes D-Mart right now. I don't know. The guy who was a lot like him, there was two guys, Cam Skattebo and Caleb Johnson. So not a lot of teams run with power running backs as much anymore. A lot of teams are looking for speedier guys. So I believe that hurts him a little bit. But I like Damian Martinez. He's a good player. It softens the blow both ways. It's not like a one-sided thing. It's both ways actually. Expendable in what way? Like you're trying to trade him? Or I don't know. I think we need more talent on the defensive line. I don't really think anybody's expendable right now. We got to see how it shakes out. Hey, LT mentioned LeQuint Allen. I do like LeQuint Allen, man. I haven't heard his name a lot. A lot of guys on there, man. Running back or safety. I think we have to take a running back. I know people keep saying, well, we're not taking a running back. All the running backs are gone. The best position on the board right now, clearly now, is running back. When the day started, defensive end, there were still a lot of defensive ends on the board. Most of the defensive ends have dried up. Running back is still looking very strong right now. Don't you think we need a power back in Chicago? I do like power backs. Yes, and I think there's a couple of them you can get. I think Ollie Gordon would be really good, even if we don't get Damian Martinez. Let me check the running back list again. There's a couple other guys there. Devin Neal is not really a power back. Managai could be. I mean, 5'8", 211. He's kind of thick. He's shorter, kind of like Dylan Sampson and Ashton Genty. But he's got that compact frame, like a 5'8", 212, 210-pound guy. He's built solidly, and he can move, man. Taj Brooks is 5'9", 214, similar frame. Marcus Yarns is a little bit too small to be a power back. Yeah, after that, they start to run out. Corey Kiner, though, he runs with a little bit of power. Yeah, D-Mart's the guy we know. D-Mart's the top power back on the board. We're talking about other guys that could be power backs other than D-Mart. That's a tough one, Andy. We got to look that over sometime in the next week. It's really hard to project a 53-man roster, though. I know some of the guys that are in trouble right now that this draft did nothing good for. That's Tyler Scott and Zach Pickens right now. Those guys, Tyler Scott is going to have to beat someone out to make this roster. And that's tough. Tyler Scott's a guy who I liked a lot a couple years ago, and now he's fallen off. He hasn't really making much with his opportunities yet. And you got to think of all the wide receivers. We have 8 wide receivers now, 8 on the roster. And that's not including Colston Loveland, who's kind of a wide receiver. So about 9 wide receivers. I did like Yaya Black, the Iowa defensive tackle. He's a good player. That fan was wild. All right, how many picks we got? All right. 4 picks away, guys. 4 picks away. When you keep failing to draft, Poles has only drafted 3 receivers total. Velus Jones obviously was a failure. Tyler Scott, jury's still out on. This is his last chance. But Rome Odunze is an absolute stud. And now he's got Luther Bradyn. So, I think Pole's history of drafting wide receivers is going to be pretty good when you look at Luther Bradyn and Rome Odunze. I like the running back from Rutgers. He has talent. Good player. I thought I just talked about him a minute ago. I've come around on Loveland, and Bradyn is legit. Man, Bradyn is definitely legit. I could see us definitely getting Damian Martinez, though, yeah. Loveland's a move tight end. He's also going to get reps in the slot. He's just a good running back. He's just a good tight end, man. Good receiving threat, not tight end. I'm sorry. I think people got to start viewing him more as just an option in the passing game and as a weapon on offense, and not, oh, this guy's a tight end. I don't think it's that simple. Poles are going to trade down again, and you're going to throw something at the TV. Well, 3 picks away, guys. Stretch my legs and quick bathroom break. I will be back in 1 minute. Let me play my best players. Guys, I know a lot of people were disappointed that we didn't draft a running back or a defensive end in the first 2 days. But one of the things I've talked about in this draft class is how deep the talent is at both running back and defensive end. And when you look at the best players available, that still holds true heading into day 3. There are still a ton of running backs left. Some of my favorites that we can still draft on day 3. Breshard Smith, the kick return specialist, former receiver, and speedy running back out of SMU. Dylan Sampson, Cam Skattebo. We have Bhayshul Tuten, Devin Neal, Jaden Blue, and a lot more. There's also a little bit of offensive line talent in the interior left as well. And then a lot of pass rushers still on the board. My favorite would be either Bradyn Swinson or Jack Sawyer. Both guys who I thought could potentially go in round 2, but there's also surprising talent left at the linebacker position as well. I'm a big fan of Chris Paul Jr., Danny Stutzman, and Cody Simon. If we decided to take a linebacker today, that wouldn't surprise me either. But there's still a ton of talent left on the board. Let's get it, guys. Bear down. Okay, what are we looking at here? Okay. Any picks go? Oh, Torrey Horton? Rondé Gadsden? It's Ian Wheeler season, baby. Let me see if I missed anything. I think we're doing good. Call and see if the Bills want to give us the rest of their picks. Yeah, I call the Bills up. I do not. James, if you're on Twitter, there was a really good story about Luther Bradyn. It was from a College Game Day. You know how College Game Day has that like 3-hour pregame show every Saturday before college football, big noon Saturdays. One of the weeks last year, they did like a full like interview and like kind of like a little documentary on Luther Bradyn and like what he went through growing up and his character, how he chose to stay at Missouri. He chose Missouri over Alabama and Georgia. Luther Burden is a guy who he had offers from Alabama and Georgia. There went Drew Kendall. I liked him. He chose Missouri over Alabama and Georgia because of the community he found there. And I think coming to Chicago is cool for him because we're not far away from there either. He can stay close to his home community. I think he's a stud. And I think he's a guy who, when you talk about an NFL receiver with that kind of talent, he's coming into the NFL with a chip on his shoulder. Bears pick is in. Let's get it, baby. All right, come on. Who is it? Do we get a running back? Give me. I want the running back at this point, man. I'm tired of speculating. Give me a running back, man. It's someone I can get hyped over. Come on, man. I need to start a Hippo Light fan club. Come on, baby. Drum roll, baby. Who are wearing what are those orange shirts? Oh, that's the Steelers draft. Oh, those are probably for Derek Harmon's mom. Oh, that's so sweet, actually. I'd love me some Ollie Gordon. I'd love me some Damian Martinez. I'd love some Breshard Smith, baby. There's some good running backs here. Come on, Bears. Who we going? They're going commercial, aren't they? I think they're going to commercial. Oh, we got Zaw Frazier, the cornerback from UTSA. He was actually the top corner on the board. Again, I didn't see it coming, but this is a big, lengthy corner who ran a 4.36. Oh, man. This is a good player, guys. Oh, man. This is another best player available. Zaw Frazier, guys, 6'3", 186. Possesses a rare blend of length, speed, size, and potential. He reroutes and widens receivers with his long arms when he gets his hands on them. He had the 5th fastest 40 time of all corners at the combine, running a 4.36 40. He stays stride for stride with receivers on tape. He closes well. He jumps routes and breaks on passes. He has the length, range, and eyes to make him effective in zone coverage as well. He does have small hands, and he can drop some catchable interceptions. But he's always around the ball, and he was tied for second in the FBS with 6 interceptions in 2024, even with those small hands. He does miss some tackles, but he's a good run defender for a corner, and he has the size to continue getting better. Ooh, baby. I'm in on that, guys. I like that pick. That's the best player available. He's been the best. He's been the highest rated corner on the board for a minute now. Probably going back. Howie, you did say it, man. I think I saw you call that one. I didn't see it coming. We have a lot of depth at corner right now, but this is a speedy guy on the outside, man. And maybe it means, anyone who missed my video on us potentially moving Kyler Gordon, not moving him permanently, but basically what Dennis Allen said is he wants Kyler Gordon to take on a second position. I 100% believe, especially now after making this pick, that position is going to be free safety. Kyler Gordon is going to get some reps at safety this year. Not all the time. He's still going to play nickel, but think about, if you want an example, think about Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen, when he was in New Orleans, he had the honey badger, Tyler Matthew, right? He played safety and nickelback, free safety, nickelback, moved all over the defense. That's what Kyler Gordon can do here. I see Kyler Gordon becoming that. He's going to play the nickelback, but then when he's not playing nickelback, he's going to go to free safety like Tyron did. He can come up and play the run. He can guard slot receivers. I love this for Kyler Gordon. I love this pick, Zaw Frazier. Best player on the board again. Ryan Poles is hitting it with best player available in this draft. I know a lot of fans are going to continue question things that, hey, the best player available didn't fit a huge need, this guy adds another talented corner to this room. Think about our corner room. Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Terrell Smith, Josh Blackwell. I think we got to grab a running back still, man. What's the 6th round look like? Where are we at? Man, let me see. Man, we're not going to pick for a minute. Oh, man, I think I missed 2 super chats. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Stuff was going on here. Boop. First Burger DST, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. I missed that. Thank you for all your videos and draft information. Appreciate the hours of entertainment and optimism. Appreciate you, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Craig Mandel, appreciate all your work, Swifty. Don't know how I watched the draft before your channel. Hey, I love that, man. I watched it on ESPN or NFL Network, but just teasing you, man. I appreciate that, man. None but love for you guys. He's not forcing the running back. And guys, when you look at the board, the top players, guys, I know a lot of people, they're still running backs. Breshard Smith's still there. Devin Neal's still there. Damian Martinez still there. Ollie Gordon's still there. Go back over to the running back list. A lot of guys, man. Rocket Sanders, Donovan Edwards, Marcus Yarns, Taj Brooks, Kyle Managai, LaQuint Allen, another player that's slept on. Oh, did I not? Here, right here. All these running backs, man. Lots of them on the board. I think we have to get one, man. We have to get one. Wait. Couldn't hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Max said it. I think it's very possible there's going to be a couple UDFAs that end up as starters, especially if a couple of these guys I really like don't get drafted. Like, it's definitely possible. That's a good cornerback pick, man. Another one, Ryan Poles is really surprising me, but I love the value. Look at the player who went right after him, Jordan Hancock. Zoff Frazier's way better than Jordan Hancock. Man, I like this. I like this pick. That's another big, lengthy, fast corner. No idea. I don't know. I mean, it's mostly the depth in this draft. It's all about what guys you like, but you don't see 4 corners running 4.36 going this late, man. I like it. Another guy, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Terrell Smith. He's faster than Terrell Smith, maybe even a little bit more lengthy. He's going to improve that. I don't think you worry about that. I think you go with what Ryan Poles says. Let the best man win. Is he 25 years old? Let me pull him up over here. Zoff Frazier. If he's 25, his age definitely played a part in him dropping. Where is he at? Oh, he's 24. He'll be 25 in 6 months. He's 24. Let's not make him older. Let's not make... I mean, Glenn, I've been saying running back for a long time, but I don't know. I'm hoping we finally get one. Let's take a look at our picks, though, guys. This is how the first 5 rounds of this draft went, right? Starts out with 3 players on offense. You get Colston Loveland, offensive weapon. You get Luther Burden, who's going to be an absolute playmaker on this offense. 2 guys who just instantly make this offense more explosive and make it easier on Caleb Williams. And then what most people consider one of our biggest needs, especially on the offensive line, Ozzy Trapilo, a guy who can play left tackle. He can play right tackle. He's huge. Is it pronounced Zay instead of Za? I like Za better, but that's okay. He's 6'8", 315. You added more depth and competition at left tackle. Then you added a guy who can play all over the defensive line. Shemar Turner literally played every single position on the D-line. 200 plus snaps at each. He's productive. He's athletic. I think you have him drop a little bit of weight, and he becomes more of an edge rusher. Then you get a speedy linebacker who ran 4.42 linebacker and then a 4.36 corner, adding a ton of speed to our defense as well. So I like that. I don't know if Trapilo can play guard. I kind of want to disagree with that. I think he's a little bit too big and doesn't. I don't like him inside at guard. I don't know about that. I like him at tackle. I think he's a guy who stays out at tackle. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying I don't see that. Let me see. Yeah, he's added competition all over the offense, all over the defense. This is fun, guys. I think this is a fun draft. It's definitely extremely surprising. One of the most surprising drafts I've seen maybe in my life here as a Bears fan. But let's go over it again, guys. Starts a couple trade downs. Think about this draft like this. This is Ben Johnson putting his stamp on this offense, turning the Bears into a team that is now full of explosion, full of fireworks on offense. Instead of being the defensive team we've always been, now we're a team that is going to score points. We're going to be explosive. There's no way you can stop all these wide receivers. There's no way to game plan. You got to pick your poison when it comes to stopping these receivers and the tight ends as well. And then the defense, they added more versatility and more speed. We still have a lot of talent on our defense already. And I think one of the things here is Dennis Allen is supposed to get more out of our defense. And if you can score more points, it gives the defense more opportunities to make plays. One of the things that's been tough on our defense over the last couple of years, we're always playing from behind. It's tough when defenses can just run the ball on you and control the clock and keep a lead because they're up by 2 scores in the second quarter. If we can score more points, it takes pressure off our defense and will make them better already. Yeah, hold on. So Zob Frazier is 24. Let me pull up the beast, the best. Gotta find where I did with it. Do I not have it open? We'll give a little profile on him. He was easily the best corner available on the board. Let's see if they have a pronunciation for his name too. Where did he go? Does he not have a write-up for him in the Beast? What are you doing, Dane Brugler? Let's see. I tried. I didn't find a good one. Oh, one sec. We still do need a speed rusher. I mean, is Austin Booker that guy? Maybe. Yeah, Shadur went to the Browns. Shadur to the Browns finally happened. Let me see. Oh, you wanted me to Zoff Frazier. I talked about him a little bit. He's a big, tall, lengthy corner. He has the size, 4.36 speed. This is a guy who's going to just immediately add even more talent here. He got interceptions. He closes on the ball well. He has range. He's physical. He has the length. He's good in man coverage. He's good in zone coverage. He does have small hands, but he still had 6 interceptions last year. He also misses some tackles, but he plays the run well. He has the size to continue getting better. Blazing speed, 6'3" with the length and the speed. I think he has all the tools to be a starting corner in the NFL. But he is a little bit of a developmental guy. He'll come in and compete for a backup role, but he really gives us more depth in that secondary. I can't answer questions like he's saying fire polls. I love you guys. Keep the same energy when we're winning games. Let me see. I do not think we're moving Tyreek to safety. Maybe Kyler. But I think that's a good start, guys. That's a good start to the draft. We have another pick coming up. The 19th pick in round 6 and the 17th pick in round 7. I'm going to go ahead and call it for now. Take a break. I will have videos on our 6th and 7th round pick coming up. And I'll do, when I do that, I'll do some brief recaps, like little 2 to 3 minute breakdowns of each of the players we drafted today. For the guys you haven't seen yet, or if you missed me talk about them. I've talked about all the guys we drafted, but I'll have quick breakdowns on them out very soon as well. I think it's been a very fun draft, guys. This offense is very exciting. We're going to score a lot more points, and we added more versatility and speed on the defense, and we still have 2 picks left. I'm hoping maybe if I'm not live, we'll take a running back. Still a lot of running backs left on the board as well. So looking at the best players available real quick before I leave it, Breshard Smith still available. Damian Martinez still available. Devin, Neal, Ollie Gordon, Jared Ivey. I'd keep an eye on Joshua Gray, the offensive lineman, as a sleeper as well. Keep an eye on these guys, but I'm hoping we take a running back before it's all said and done. But if not, I still believe there's going to be some talented UDFAs at the position as well. We just have the 2 picks left, our 6th rounder and our 7th round pick. But I appreciate everyone who watched. I'll be back soon. Check out my video I released at 2 in the morning, breaking down our picks from yesterday if you missed it, and why I believe Ben Johnson is trying to build an offensive juggernaut. But I appreciate you guys. I'll be back later. Hit the like button. Stay tuned for more. And, of course, bear down. I want to thank everyone for watching Swift Sports Network. Please hit the like button and subscribe for year-round Chicago Bears coverage, unbiased, no BS, knowledge over narratives.